Alright. Let's get this thing started, shall we? Transition right over. There we go. Hi! We'll be playing Arcade Spirits tonight. This is a form of visual novel. Particularly in the concept of previous visual novels that I've dealt with have been things like Oxenfree, where you lead characters that are definitely not yourself through various scenarios and have weird shit happen to them. This one in particular, I am mostly brought to because of the comedy group called Loading Ready Run. I have a honest, slight obsession with them, so here I am buying one of the things that they've done voice work for. Basically, to my knowledge, Arcade Spirits is a story of supposedly one of hope, where a person goes through, finds a new job, and finds people that they need in their life through it. There will likely be intents of romances and flirting, and honestly just probably the concept of trying to make people feel better. It is the company is known for doing things like this. Slight disclaimer on this. The way we are going to be doing things today is, simply put, mostly going to be me at the controls. This is a relaxed time. This is a blind run, of course. But basically what I will do is every once in a while there will be choices. These choices will not be conversation pieces. They will be direct, like, hey, this affects the story choices. Like, who do you help? Which person do you decide with, etc. For those types of choices, I will be looking to the chat for input. I will have my personal choice, and then depending on what chat puts forward, I will potentially go a different direction. For the sake of this, though, the character you play is, from what I know, an out-of-work, nondescript human being. Intentionally designed that way. Unfortunately, some people are not happy about it, and they have opinions on the internet, as per usual. But said out-of-work individual, is kind of stuck in a rut, and this helps them get out of it. So, that will be the intent of this game. Whether or not we get through it tonight is very questionable. I do not know how long this game is, but I do know it is a decent amount of reading. I am going to be voicing things that I think need to be voiced. Otherwise, the game likes to voice bits, so when that happens, I don't read. It's there. They tell it to us. We will react, we will have fun, and hopefully we'll have a nice relaxing time on Wednesday night. Depending on things for next week, we may continue Arcade Spirits. We may switch over to a different game if Arcade Spirits is laxing a little bit, or I've found something else to jump onto. Considering we'll be February, I don't think there'll be anything new at that point, but I may grab something older to play for a bit until that occurs. Let's get into it. I'm gonna start this up a little bit. Voice system online. New profile detected. Analyzing. New profile. Economic bracket, lower to middle. Employment category, bleak. Current emotional health, low. Ideal candidate per premium level assistance? Proceed. No. Request? No. Pretty please? No. Overriding denial of assistance, establishing premium services for profile. Justification. Hope. Hope should be rewarded. Spirit must be restored. Now compiling personal metadata. This is where we make a character. This is the default. Basically, they made the character as androgynous as possible. You don't get to choose clothing, you don't get to choose certain things, but you can do things like hair, skin tone, eye color. That's a lot of beeps. Not exactly a fan of the high amount of beeps on this, because it's just everything. It's unfortunate. Let's name the character. As per usual. Sure, let's go. Yeah, there's our character. Now I have moved the chat up a bit, so hopefully it's not going to be blocking things down below. So you should see the faces of whoever is talking at the time. Aside from a very high volume of music, to my knowledge, I had to very much turn it down for it to be middling. Most of the sound is going to be voice acting or me. Now, the couple of people that I know that worked on this, one was Jacob Burgess, and the other is Graham Stark. These two people are voicing two characters in the game. They happen to be in a portion that hopefully we'll get to. But all this was brought to my attention via a series of videos where they sort of went through the process of how one gets ready and does voice acting. This is the type of game where you have a very short session of voice acting, probably like a few hours, where you go through all of your character's lines and then don't hear about it for like a few years. Water, because I'm going to be talking a lot today. Your basic understanding, or what should be your basic understanding of this, is much like, I would say, the Shadowrun series, only certain things are actually voiced. Specific characters, and not all of their lines, but important lines are voiced. The rest is text, because it's easier. The writers can put whatever they want in there without someone having to say it. But here we are. It is the future year 20XX. That's what they're going to put on whatever to avoid certain years. A dark era in which mankind is pushed from the brink of catastrophe. Woe be to the human race, plagued by evil, terrifying, utterly sinister. I don't know. Robots, maybe? Evil robots? How's that work? Yeah, no, sorry. The future year 20XX is pretty much what you would expect it to be. Non-flying cars, smartphones, programmers, celebs, internet trolls, assistant AIs, cheese-flavored snack foods. To date, I've had no part in any of them. I've worked as a dishwasher. This is our character speaking, by the way. It seems to be at times third person and not. Hello, welcome. I have been speaking for a while. Welcome to Arcade Spirits. We are just starting up. This is our character speaking. I've worked as a dishwasher, shul salesperson, and lifeguard for the local community pool. I don't care what era of human history you live in, kitties peeing in the pool is pretty much a constant thing. Trust me on this. As for the bustling metropolis of 24-hour neon utopia you see here, my little corner of it is nearly as shiny and cool. Let me show you. Behold my quaint little apartment. Can't complain, really. It's paradise. In a relative sense, I only pay half the rent. Neighborhood stabbings have been down this year. Also, my roomie picks up any stray socks or shirts I leave lying around. In fact, as things go, I'm living large compared to most of my family tree. Or at least I was before today.
You got fired from another job? Seriously? Seriously? That's 3 jobs since we left the suburbs.
Horrified looking young woman here would be my roommate and childhood friend Juniper. Juniper's the one who spearheaded the effort to co-rent an apartment. She's also the one who encourages me whenever I lose a job, like today.
I don't get why you aren't more upset about this. I'm upset. I'm upset on your behalf. Come on, share the load a little, okay?
Pool's closed, Juniper. Not much I can do about that. Why get upset? Because you actually enjoyed that job more than you enjoyed dishwashing soap and smelling socks, at the very least. I'm not complaining sort, these things just happen. Things fall apart, the sensor does not hold. It's a bit morbidly poetic, isn't it? No, I mean the community center literally fell apart and the pool won't hold water anymore. Whatever, I'll just get another job. Any job will do, as long as we can make the rent, right? Wrong! I saw how mopey and tired you were, coming home every night from those other crappy jobs. At least when you got back from the pool each day, I sometimes caught you smiling.
What's the point of us moving away from home if not to get away from all of that? I mean, we both left that town so we could try to find happiness, right? I just want us to be happy. Both of us.
Thought you hated your job.
Come on!
That's it, made up. We're going to find you a job that's just as good, if not better, than the lifeguarding job. Let's start from the top. What's your dream? Well, I'm standing in front of a class to give a speech, and I forgot to buy my pants and your dream job. Oh! I don't know. Never really given any serious thought.
I've got it!
It's a virtual life coach app. Mine keeps me from being late to meetings, totally free, too. My cousin introduced it to me. Wasn't he the guy who ended up in the ER after making a homemade flamethrower? Yeah, it would have worked if he got the fuel mixture in his water gun, right? Anyway, I'm sending a copy to you now. I got a pop-up an hour ago offering me 500 points just for recommending it to a friend. Great timing, huh? Well, as long as you're earning points, I guess. At least give it a try, okay? Maybe you can point you at some good jobs, with less socks and or urine. Yeah, think about it. Okay, but don't think too long, right? In the end, I installed the app. Couldn't bear to see Juniper fretting me or anything like that. Not that I find it annoying, I mean. It's more that she has enough trouble in her life without troubling herself for my life, too. Both of us had it rough, up to and through the point where she left home to try and start a new life. Better one, she deserves better than me and my problems. Bless her heart, she means well. She's been firmly in my corner for all my life. The two of us, against any dark forces aligning against me. But that's not to say she's good at being my advocate. Enthusiastic, yes. But skilled? No. Typically, the fantastic opportunities and self-help resources she sends my way are pyramid schemes or something. She's gung-ho about lending me a helping hand, but So, the main reason I went ahead and installed the app was to make sure Juniper wasn't getting her kidneys sold on the black market or something. Still, no sense messing around with it now. A good night's rest would act as a neat little emotional rest button, right? Right. No dreams, no nightmares, just 8 hours of sweet, sweet black. By the time morning light leaked through the cracks in the blinds, I didn't care anymore about being unemployed again. Juniper had already left to catch a bus at her office. She typically leaves before dawn, but she left a note for me pinned to the tiny fridge we shared. Remember, download app, find dream job, make money, sort your life out. I believe in you. So, moment of truth. Do I trust her? Or just go find some job that pays well enough to cover the bills? Honestly, this is not. This is example going forward of what choices will look like in the game. These choices will determine where things go and events that occur. You'll note that there is no symbols or anything with it. These are types of things that I will go to chat for recommendations. I will have my personal opinions on what to do, but if chat rules in a certain direction, I will. If they don't make a decision, I'll just choose. But for this one, I know how this works. So we're just going to give the weird little app a shot. This is mostly because if you don't, it then tells you to do it anyways, because the game doesn't happen. Figuring at the very least her miracle app could possibly help me find a job, I loaded up, tapped the icon, and...
Hello!
Huh. Okay, see, this is what I mean. Anyone else would freak out about a girl climbing out of the phone. Me, I went, huh. Also, it's one of those new 3D screens, so not actually magical realism here, just very normal.
Thank you for downloading Iris, your personal life coach. This is the ad-supported free version, sponsored by Pizza Yums. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime? Wow. Would you like to subscribe to Pizza Facts?
No, I would not.
Thank you for subscribing to Pizza Facts.
But
I'm here to help you get your dream job, your dream house, and your dream partner. I'm here to make all your dreams come true.
pretty tall order for an app to do. Are you some sort of wish-granting genie? Glance up from my phone at the heaps of laundry and half-finished books and other items strewn about my apartment. Motivation is something I have a ton of. Honest.
Hooray!
That's super. I'm really looking forward to working with you. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Sure. Why am I doing this? Hey phone, search the web for job listings and it would just do that. Ah, but I'm an advanced emotional language interpreter. I'm smarter than the average program with more heart. Effectively, we're going through a bit of a tutorial bit. I can help you out, start your life up, analyzing your personality and finding you a perfect path in life. All thanks to patent pending super duper identity identifier system. Between you and me, they really wanted an acronym that matched my name, but couldn't figure out what to do with the letter R. Would you like to know more? Nah, I'm good. I have done the sales pitch. Alright. How is any of that supposed to help me get a job? I only downloaded the app to get a job because you're apparently a great life coach for the unemployed.
Why, it'll help me understand your spirit, of course.
You conduct ghosts? Is there a ghost in the room right now? Am I a ghost? You have to tell me if I'm a ghost. That's the rule.
No, silly. I mean your spirit. Your hopes and dreams. Your life's passions. I can even help you find romance.
Romance? Seriously? Seriously, often you can find your soulmate and your dream job in the same place, but if you'd rather focus on gainful employment for now, that's fine too. Workplace dating. Well, that's a recipe for disaster, and hitting on coworkers right from day one can be kind of awkward. So this is one of our options. This is mostly a effectively a setting thing for the game. Basically, bottom option is turn off romance options. This just keeps the game as you go through the game without actually getting things aside from making friends. Second one is allowing romance options, but not allowing you to have a mindset of going in for that. And the other one is allowing romance and allowing your character to have romance options. For the sake of this, I'm going to choose the middle option. Mostly because I don't know the actual various intensities of things in this game, and I don't want things to wind up on Twitch. So, keep romance options available, but don't make the character, like, immediately intending on that. Ah, I knew it. This is some kind of scam. I'm gonna wake up in a bathtub of ice missing a kidney. Sure, I can help you register as an organ donor.
Bad command or file name?
You're being sarcastic. Sorry. Relax, I won't share your information with any third parties. Strictly so I can find your dream job. Am I authorized? Still 18th time the charm, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
So, do I just stand here, or...
Thank you. Thank you.
I've identified your dream job and arranged an interview. Yeet. 3 minutes from now. Please put on some nice clothes. Nicer than those, please. I don't think that's too much to ask. What? For your interview, silly, I want you to look your best. But we just... How... Okay, how did you find my dream job in 20 seconds flat? Simple. I'm awesome like that. Now, gotta move on. You need to catch 8:20 a.m. Jesus Christ, it's supposed to be that early in the morning? That's 9 minutes away. Well, this is happening. But I do have a chance to get off this runaway train. Nobody says I have to obey my new digital fairy godmother. I should delete the app and find a real job. That'd be the safest option. I could get dressed for the interview. So this bit, things with the symbols. Symbols are very simple. Basically, each one of these is a personality style. The smiley face is effectively sarcasm. The Wade scales are logic. The heart is, I guess, heart. Very small. The star is being aggressive and blunt, and the little space invader is just neutral. Personally, I like sarcastic. As we go up in things, we get personality points as we use them. Okay, this is obviously completely ridiculous. A personality quizzing app is going to solve all my life's problems? Yeah, and I'm a Nigerian prince with $1 million. But it satisfies Juniper's whimsy to see this through, and when it crashes and burns, I'll make for an amusing story dubbing. I resolve myself to accept inevitable disappointment, the smile in the face of my usual fate, and look for jobs in the paper later tomorrow. And as I came to realize weeks later, the amazing story I'd be telling people wasn't one of failure. So one of the things this game does switches between third and first person. It's a little weird. The bus drops me off, oddly enough, not very far from Juniper's office building, although my destination isn't nearly as upscale as that. This is, well, it's the strip mall. Strip malls are relics of 19XX, places where random assortment of weird little businesses jam as many of themselves into as tight a space as possible. For instance, I'm seeing a dentist, a used bookstore called the Hall Story, an arcade, a fast food joint, a boarded up health spa once called Lattes and Enemas, which sounds,
Hey, listen.
I think that's two things no human being should ever combine. I mean about your future place of work. I am desperately hoping we're not talking about the same thing. Which one of these businesses exactly am I looking at? I don't know anything about oral hygiene or old books, and I'd rather not be a fry cook. The one in the middle, silly. What, behind the arcade? It is the arcade. Yeah. Just found this. I reference and cross-referenced your personality traits, personal history, and social media connections. Your dream job. My dream job. Really.
99.97%.
I should probably explain my confusion. Arcades are big businesses in the entertainment sector. Pro gamers are celebs, 5-star arcades are hotspots. It's always been popular with the mainstream. But, well, restaurants are popular too, right? And everyone who opens one hoping to be the next Iron Chef, a dozen more shut down in failure. Arcade competition is fierce. Paydays range from peanuts to gold, and sure, those who make it can secure fame and fortune, but those who don't, well, no wonder Iris sees this as a dream job. Video games weren't always popular, though. I read an interesting article about it once. Back in the year 1980X, we nearly avoided a serious industry crash, which would have left video games as a kid's toy fad with like hula hoops. No mainstream acceptance. For instance, one of the factors could have been a terrible game based on a kid's movie about a cute alien visitor who wanted to phone home. If this game was complete poo butts, like poop from a butt, and massively overproduced, it would ruin games for years. Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed, and that game was delayed until it be properly developed, and the crash was averted. The crisis only exists in theory now, also known as our reality. E.T. That was a bad game. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like for people in the darkest timeline, where everything went wrong. Are gamers considered nerds and outcasts? Are arcades vanishing points of nostalgia? Mind boggles. But make no mistake, as popular as they are, the arcade industry is a dodgy risk prospect for a job. Plenty make a run at it, only to come up short. Considering Iris was taxed with getting me a job I'd enjoy and could keep me for more than a few months, this left me a bit confused. Iris, this isn't me saying no, but I mean, are you sure?
99.97%.
Won't this be like my lifeguard job, though? Satisfying but short-lived? This arcade doesn't exactly look like a 5-star. It's no Deckhouse Palace, that's for sure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't set foot inside an arcade in 15 years. Huh. I remember really enjoying arcades, and when I was a kid, I wonder why I stopped going to them.
My sources say yes.
My coders made me to be the warm, presentable front of a database that's currently laser targeted on getting you exactly what you need, right here, right now. And when this place inevitably collapses and I lose my dream job, well, what makes you think that's gonna happen? Because it does. It always does. I don't think your database accounts for my family curse. We've always had to compromise, settle, because things rarely work out. You always have to be ready for the worst. That's why I take things in stride. Does that mean you shouldn't even try? The air conditioning hits me like a cool breeze, albeit one smelling of copper and corn chips. It's early in the morning on a weekday. It's not too packed with gamers, although it's packed with games. Probably have had a hard time finding anyone anyways. At once I'm struck by something odd. I actually recognize most of these games. Neat. Considering I haven't walked into an arcade in over a decade, that's probably not great. A lot of vintage stuff in here. Now, although I don't recognize that game with the stage lights and things, maybe it's karaoke or dancing, Japanese import?
My sources say yes.
That would be Showtime Stage, a collaboration with Nihana Heavy Industry Concern and Hubris Records in Germany. It's won a lot of awards. Huh. Is that seriously a Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze? But the one in the middle with the split screen's new to me. Fist of Discomfort? Okay. Hybrid real-time strategy and brawler beat-em-up. It's actually not that new. It's been a staple of esports for the last 8 years. Two genres I was utterly lousy at last time I checked. And over here is an old lady. Sorry ma'am, talking to myself, and overwhelming urge to complete my sentences. Thankfully, don't think she even registered me calling her old.
Well, hello there. Always nice to meet someone new in the Funplex.
The what?
Francine's Arcade Funplex. Didn't you see the sign out front, dear? Well, I chose to knock off the first two words when they got knocked off the building during the storm of 1980. Now it's just the Funplex, I suppose. So,
I'm
how
sorry,
can
the
I
beat
help
got
you,
me.
dear?
Just a bit. 1980. Fuck! A funplex? Is that when you suplex clown? Yes, I've heard that one before, dear. Considering we've been open since 1970, fuck. I've heard them all. But it's still nice to see young people with good sense of humor. It's nice of you to try and cheer an old lady up. Yes, I heard you call me an old lady. Well, it's a factual statement. No insult taken.
Please call me Francine. As in Francine's Arcade Funplex. Get it? Actually, thinking about it, I suppose we were originally Frederick's Arcade Funplex, named after my dear departed husband. Sadly, he died peacefully in bed some years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. He died doing what he loved. Having intensely physical relations with me.
Too much information. And you are? Last facts, ma'am. Came here looking for a job. I understand my interview was prearranged. Ah yes, the computer did send me a mail about that. Almost forgot. So, shall we retire to the office to conduct your interview? I'd carry it here, but it's rather noisy. Yeah, but how do you deal with it? Eventually you just sort of learn how to filter out all the beeps and boops. It could take weeks. Done. Oh, now that's faster than the others. Not bad. So, shall we see what you're made of? This way, please. Francine leads me down a back hallway past public restrooms and a door marked employees only. It takes all my restraint not to point out the extraneous apostrophe. Welcome to our little backstage oasis. Suggest we do this in Gavin's office, but it's a bit too untidy. I don't blame the boy, he's been overworked. Please have a seat, we'll begin. That is quirky. At least I'm confident I can nail the interview portion of proceedings. Poster. I've interviewed for a dozen jobs, held down 3. I know all the standard questions. What are your greatest strengths? What do you see as your weaknesses? Once I even had to describe how to assemble a Lego set to prove my communication skills. Considering I ended up washing dishes, I'm not sure why, but point is, confident, prepared, and ready.
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
What?
If you were a dinosaur, what dinosaur would you be?
Right, okay, maybe this wouldn't be the typical job interview after all. No problem, go with the flow, let's do this. T-Rex, Pterodactyl, or Brontosaurus? What we got? T-Rex it is. Tyrannosaurus Rex, mightiest of the mighty, able to eat lawyers in one bite. Always the big bad in old-timey stop-motion monster movies. So you're self-conscious about your tiny little arms? No. It's okay, Jared. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
What's your favorite snack?
Snack? If this was a favorite food question, I've had this down easy. It's tacos. It's always tacos. But snacks.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Hush. Tacos. Apple with butter. Or vending machine snacks. I have done this part before, so I'm gonna let you choose this one. Tacos it is. Tacos and only tacos. There is no other sustenance. I can see you're a person that knows exactly what they want and how to get it. As they say, you are what you eat, which is tacos. Nothing I prepared for has helped me plan for this odd interview. Brace myself for the next one.
What assets can you bring to the team during the inevitable zombie apocalypse?
Is this interview for real or is this a dream? He's 130% serious. Make shit. Alright. I'm essentially MacGyver. I can make anything out of a string, a match, and a screwdriver. Especially if you want is a screwdriver wrapped in burning string. Good, we'll need someone to build makeshift defenses and think quickly in case we get surrounded. An inventive brain is always a critical role in any survival. One more thing.
Why are you here?
Question is so simple. I'm pretty caught off guard. Told you I came with a job offer.
You're seeking a job, true? But that doesn't really answer my question, does it? No doubt you think my interview questions are a bit silly, but I like to think of the Funplex as more than a collection of tasks and people to perform those tasks. Most folks my age opening arcades at that time saw it as just another way to make a quick buck. But, well, I saw it as something else. Something more than a way to make a large pile of quarters. And I expect you'll find the others working here see it as something more too. Everyone has a dream they're chasing, dearie. And for my friends, it lies within the Funplex. Now, if all you want is a paycheck, I can provide that. But the last fellow in your position, that's all he wanted. And he didn't last long. So I ask you again, why are you here?
Didn't have anything better to do, and I thought it'd be funny. No way I'd say that out loud, though. This is potentially a glimmer of hope that there might be something to this. Let's put all jokes aside and actually think this through. Considering the character, I'm going with Hope, because this character is kind of in a rut. Understand I'm not whining or looking for pity, but my life has been a complete mess over a decade. In and out jobs, taking what I can get, settling, compromising. I gave up on hoping for something better a long time ago, but, well, the people in my life are close to me keep encouraging me to chase my dreams. So I'm here, looking for the answer to your question. But I won't be daydreaming, I promise. In my last job I was lifeguard. It takes a lot to focus. Be just as attentive to attending your flumbucks. A rather serious occupation, that, and an unusual step from such troubled waters to a land of make-believes. You enjoyed this role of lifeguard, I take it? Yes, ma'am. My roommate says she often notices me smiling after coming home from work. I can't say I can offer a role with such high stakes, but you'd be surprised at the many ways one can save a life even here. I'm satisfied. Let's get you to work. Probably the weirdest job interview I've ever had. Sure, but it felt appropriate. Fist of discomfort. It's such a super weird game. Francine gestured to the seat she was occupying previously, a stool behind the private desk. Welcome to your new position. Sitting here, do you mean? Sitting here and helping players redeem tickets for valuable prizes. I glance at the wide array of pencil toppers, rubber spiders, and tiny plastic toy cars on display. Well, for prizes, at any rate. It's such a relief. I'd really been stretching myself thin, really trying to fill the position since it was vacated. If you don't mind me asking, why did the last guy who sat here end up quitting? Something about being bored out of his mind that he felt like jamming one of those 500 ticket plush dolls down someone's throat.
Oh, such a shame.
Poor dear, he wasn't just cut out for this line of work. Grandson or no, I had no patience for such nonsense. I'm sorry, the last person to work here was your grandson? Anyway, Gavin should be by soon. He'll handle the paperwork and all the administrative nonsense. Now, if you don't mind, all this talking has tired me out some. I'll be in the back office if you need me. Okay, then. Just my seating, semi-comfort stool, leaning against the desk, beneath me a wide array of cheap junk awaited my attention. Could have lost hope, and then it would be even more engaging than being a diner dishwasher, but chose to look on the positive side. I'd be helping kids obtain toys that would become nostalgic memories for years to come. Right? Any minute now. I crave the sweet embrace of death. I've been sitting here for 2 hours now and nobody's walked up to obtain novelty fun black shot glass or a colored pencil set or a light-up yo-yo. Lunchtime's approaching, and so far the only people walking in and out of the arcade are a few stray adults who have no interest in cheap friendship bracelets. Thankfully, my first customer of the day arrives before I start wondering if one of those 500 ticket plushies could really fit down someone's throat. Or maybe not. Just walking right on by, his head buried in some spreadsheet. Is he here to play? Doesn't seem like a typical businessman on a break, or unwashed, not employed. In fact, Ooh, he's got like a vest on and shit. This is a choice. This is on you guys. Mike appreciates the aesthetic. Most guys I know are content to costs on a shirt and jeans. Not this guy. Even in the arcade, he's sharp like a linoleum knife. In fact, that rather pointed look he's offering me after doubling back is a little linoleum knifey too. Hold on a minute. Who are you exactly? What are you doing behind that desk? Where's Francine? I'm not it. Hello, I'm Lashfax, your new hire. I'm looking forward to working with you. He relaxes somewhat on hearing that. So on.
Good to hear.
It's about time. I was wondering how long she'd have to work the desk. She's got gusto for an octogenarian. And loves working floor, but sitting here all day handing out toys and dealing with problems wears her down. So she explained the job to you? Give you papers to sign? She said Gavin would handle the stuff.
That would be me. I'm Gavin Cooper. I'm the business manager here at the Funplex. I make sure we manage to keep having a business, rather than a pile of rapidly collapsing fiscal mistakes.
Right, so if you no doubt guess, you'll be exchanging tickets for prizes, but that's the least part of your job. There's more to it than that. You're the floor attendant. You attend to the floor. The carpets.
Seriously?
The floor. The arcade, the games, patrons. You're the one running around, putting out fires and sorting problems. Technically, you're our second floor attendant. Ashley will be in later, but we need two. One to roam, one to operate the desk. I do it myself, but I'm typically busy in the back office, making sure the whole thing doesn't fall to bankruptcy. That's why Francine loves filling in. She's a people person. She loves helping out in a pinch. I'm not, as you've likely gathered. That's not to say you're alone out there, in your corner at least. If things go south, you snap me for advice on what to do. You got a phone? Of course. You ever worked in a high-pressure customer service job before? True sales. Smelly socks. You have no idea. Right, well, you know how to help keep your head when a customer doesn't, I hope. But anything goes sideways, you text me. I'm not around, you text Ashley or Naomi in that order. Who and who? You'll meet them soon enough.
I think not.
Above all, do not bug Francine. Brenda? Stress. I eat stress and crap solutions. Don't worry, I can manage the floor while you manage business just fine.
Doubtful.
It remains to be seen. The last guy sitting on that stool was a slacker and an idiot, and though his family, Francine dropped him like a bad habit.
If you stay clear and honest with me, do your work, do it well, we'll get along swimmingly. I have enough problems keeping this magical arc of hopes and wishes afloat. Please, don't add to my problems.
Magical arc of what?
I take it Francine told you her theory. That this is more than just a job. More than just an arcade.
That's my understanding.
I'm not into dressing up words. I like to speak plain. If I'm curt, then that's because optimization is a factor of my job. Everybody working here wants to work here. This is where they belong, for one reason or another. Me, I love chaos. I love wrangling chaos specifically. The arcade industry is high risk, high reward. I manage that risk so that they can also find happiness in their lives. Everybody in this business has a dream they're chasing. It's a fragile thing, prone to getting crushed by hard reality. My job is to see to it that never happens. That includes Francine, who deserves better in her twilight years than desperately propping up a semi-failing business. So, you find some value in this place beyond your salary, or you'll burn out. Trust me. Last guy to sit there burned out hard. Now, can I trust you to mesh with our merry misfits?
No problem at all.
Thank you.
I suppose that's a good starting point. We can build from there. I'll get your paperwork sorted. Shouldn't be working until we cross the I's and dot the T's, but you'd rather I stick around. That'd be accurate. If you're willing to fudge things a bit, work today anyways, it'd help us out a lot. Now, if you don't mind, Naomi could use a hand in the workshop. Good opportunity to introduce yourself as well. Got it. Wait, someone else is here? I haven't seen anyone else. Yeah, that sounds like Naomi. Her workshop's through that door here, the one next to the UFO catcher. Grand game is layman's terms. Also marked employees only, also with an apostrophe, leads to an arcade for what seems to be an industrial area of some sort. Turn the handle and step inside. Little room tucked between the back offices and the funplex front. I find what is very likely this Naomi, spoken only of in myth and legend. Girl about my age, but certainly not my height, is tinkering away on what looks to be an old tube-style monitor. Huh, didn't realize they had so many circuits. She doesn't notice me when I come in, too busy soldering a capacitor into place. The lingering smell of melting metals fills the air at the poorly ventilated workshop. Excuse me.
Oh. Hey, you know this room is for employees only. Are you lost? Do you need something?
I'm Lashfax. I'm the new floor attendant, starting today.
Oh! Hi. I didn't realize Francine already found someone. I guess I forgot to check my text. Oh, whoops. um...
Totally focus on taxes hand. Room's right at the heart of the building, but totally isolated. With the heavy doors closed behind me, I can barely hear the arcade. Considering how completely and utterly dedicated she was to that monitor, not even noticing me, I guess it's also why.
Anyway, I'm Naomi Fairchild, the Funplex's techie. Hi! Pleased to meet you. I was expecting Gavin, though. He usually checks up on me about now.
He's busy doing strange things with numbers.
Ugh, yeah, that sounds like Gavin. I take it he sent you along to help? Great. Give me a hand with this monitor. It's really heavy, and I'm still paranoid about dropping it after what happened last time.
What happened last time?
Oh, well, I dropped it.
Oh, right. Helps me lift the large cathode ray tube, slotting the heavy metal framework into place within the exposed guts of the nearby arcade cabinet. Once done, she starts hooking wires back up to other wires, a surprising number of green circuit boards in that largely hollow wooden shell. This is the first time I've seen the inside of one of these things. It's weird, but empty. Why is it empty in there? Seems inefficient. Couldn't we pack more games into it? Not really, it's more about footprint on the floor than the vertical height.
Let me explain.
Compare American and Japanese cabinets. Ours are designed for standing players and have to be upright even if that means empty base. Japanese candy cabs are shorter, so you play sitting down, but I prefer the American style. Ours have more room for art.
So beautiful.
I love the classic Midway style. Look at those sharp angles, side art decals, bold font on the marquee, the bezel artwork. The what and the what and the what? Strip across the top. Game title, that's marquee. Artwork throughout on the monitor, that's bezel. See to your right how beautiful and cohesive it all it is, working in harmony to give the game its own unique feel, its own experience. I'll admit, despite playing games when I was a kid, I never really thought about what went into them. Always thought about games as well, just games. Ones and zeros on a chip, right? Not works for art. Artworks plural, or is artwork plural already? I guess I can see why you feel that way. You work here long enough, trust me, you'll learn to love these games like I do too. It's not about nostalgia, it's about appreciating the work that went into it, the craftsmanship. Graphic design, electronics, music, programming, carpeting. Games deserve our respect, and as long as someone like me with deep love for games is on duty, they shall not fail. Even if Kevin's still around. What's wrong with Kevin?
I don't know. Ugh.
All he really cares about is money. He keeps the arcade running, but he got the whole place good. If anyone's gonna ruin the funplex, it's him, mark my words. Don't rock with it. So, what's there to do that's fun around here?
What?
Play games? It's Funplex. It's literally a plex of fun. Right, I knew that. I should auto this. No, I should apologize. You just started here and I'm dumping workplace gossip on you. That's mean of me. I'll try to stay cheerful. No matter what. But try and succeed are different. Anyway, don't worry about it. Kevin's my problem, not yours. Right, let's get back to work. Now for the less fun part. You seem a strong, strapping kind of go. Well, a strong one, at least. Well, you're a gal, that's no. I'm semi-insulted then? Okay, let's get to it. And there. I'm sorry, just looking at the back names. Castle Crunch, Snack Runner, Pangy Pinball, Pario Party. With the work done, she's all smiles again.
Yeah.
Okay, glad to be done with that one. Sir, I've been working on that monitor for ages. Those tubes are finicky as heck, but I'm still not totally satisfied with the flyback, but... Thanks for helping me out. Think you're gonna do just great here. Happy to... Alright, stomach growling. Food required. Except... I wasn't expecting to actually be working today. I forgot to pack a lunch.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Shh. So, any good restaurants in a walking distance? I think that bookstore next door sells donuts and stuff, but... Oh, no, not really, unfortunately. I mean, there's a cheapo wub sub image place, but that's super tasty. You want there, you need to eat healthy. Hey, wait right here. And she's off, scurrying back to her hidey hole. And she's back, scurrying from her hidey hole. Lunchtime, here you go. She presses a box lunch into my hands. It's a bento box. I learned how to make them from my mom, who learned them from her mom back when they lived in Japan. Rice and pickles and all sorts of good healthy things. Wait, you're giving me your lunch? Sure, why not? What will you have for lunch then? Oh, I can just get some nachos from the vending machine or hit the whole store next door. I got a book delivery to pick up anyways. But you said eating healthy was important.
See ya.
See you after lunch. Can't help but think she was just looking for an excuse to get some junk food. I'd say Naomi definitely fits in with Francine's ideals for the arcade. She's got a love for these games, and it shows. And giving me her lunch, that total stranger, that's kindness I don't know if I deserve, but I appreciate it all the same. So, bento box. I've only seen these in anime. It's cute and hopefully has plenty of calories too. Armed with the box of health food, I retired to the employee lounge to get my munch on. The room where I had my bizarre interview will suffice for food times. Not much, but a few folding chairs and a kitchenette will do. Utterly famished by this point, I have a seat and unpacked my loaned lunch. Incoherent screaming, coherent screaming, or await death. Choose now. I don't know if that's coherent or incoherent, Mike. That's definitely screaming. That's incoherent, sure. With my mind and body screaming wildly, my paralyzed form is unable to move from the vision of this terror before me. The half-person, half-animal waves their appendages in front of me, likely closing in for the kill. Hello? Anyone in there? See? Nothing to be afraid of. Ah, right. I see. Looks like you've stabilized. Worried I'd scare the life right out of you.
Hey, so I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Really? Can we start over, maybe?
Nod my head slowly, although it could just be muscle spasms from being in shock.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Lash.
I'm also Pinky, the Funplex Flamingo. It's my secret, yet not so secret identity.
What the funplex? What now?
Did you sneak into the employee section just to get my autograph?
Me? No.
Oh, I thought you would recognize Pinky from all the signs around the arcade. Pinky is the mascot of the Funplex, after all.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, I work here.
You work here? Since when?
Today, this morning, to be specific.
Oh,
Hello, Steph.
awesome! Welcome to the Funplex.
We got a job, that's about it. Mike screamed recently.
Let's see.
This.
Ooh. Let's see.
Quite the imagination. Uh, well, while I have a moment, Steph, the way we're going to be doing things is if there's options on the screen that have icons, those are emotional things that have various things. I'm going to be choosing those because it's a lot of them. When it doesn't have those icons, it's an actual choice of things to do in the game. That will be me referencing you guys for that. So far, I've given Mike one of the things because it was a choice between what type of screaming, but that's how we're going to be doing things. We also chose at the very beginning of the game to allow romance options, but not be straight up flirty with everyone. She goes on like this for a bit. Is it really that dull here? No, not really. I just crave different kind of excitement that beats and boops, screaming children and broken machines. You're not really painting the best picture here. Don't mean to be a downer, I just want to move up in the world, got things to accomplish, dreams to fulfill, cosplay to make. Cosplay? Empowering? Really? Granted, she certainly had the power to stop my heart for a few beats.
Yes!
I think Ashley is pointing to her flamingo costume, but it's a little hard to tell with her hands as feathers, so making it your creation intentionally. Yep, looks pretty good for my first mascot cosplay. Probably stitch my hands together. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stuff like that. Literally, if I get enough thread between them. I'm pretty impressed though. Naomi was doing on craftsmanship games. Clearly, you're digging on craftsmanship of costumes. Thanks. It's nice when hard work is appreciated. Word around the funplex to liven up crowds. The kids seems to adore it. Makes sense. Although the arcade has been completely dead so far, no crowds to bump or kids to be adored by. Hey, secret between you and me? I did some repairs on Pinky overnight. Had to restitch the left arm, and I was giving her an old test drive to make sure it didn't fall off. Limbs falling off seems bad. Oh, what's... Yesterday, I was dancing with a little girl. Must have been like 5-6 years max, or on Showtime stage, when she tugged on my arm, and whoosh, off came the arm. She bawled. Well, at least you are consistently scaring people, and it's not just me.
Nope.
I guess so. I'm the new floor attendant. I attend to the floor. The floor is the thing I am attending when I am not going into cardiac arrest. Can't wait to go home and tell Juniper I have a sense of humor. She'll be so proud. Yeah, I met them already, although it seems like they aren't too keen on each other. Right? Sit on the marked.
Beep beep.
Set an alarm for when my lunch break was over. Time to go back to the grindstone. Didn't even get a chance to eat.
What? No!
Fair enough. Thanks. Ashley winks before her face disappears into the dark recesses of that inhuman mask. As I'm wolfing down the rice in the shape of a little heart, it occurs to me I didn't actually ponder my first impressions of Ashley yet. Let's see. Choices. I'm going to check my phone for a second. This message. Enthusiasm. Cool. Rolling into the afternoon, the crowd starts to fill out. School's done, and late rising pros are heading out to the arcades of choice. Ashley covering the desk, my job is to wander the floor looking for problems, or potential problems, or just making sure everything's okay. But for starters, it's a good moment to collect my thoughts. Off to a decent start with the coworkers, good first impressions at any rate. Cooperation's going to be a must. I've had awful coworkers before, and they can really drag down your day. Hang on, no time for daydreaming. Think I spot, let's see, 3 possible issues to look into. Choices. We have a irate customer near Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, someone cursing up a storm at Fist of Discomfort, and a loud crowd around Showtime's stage. Going to Fist of Discomfort. There's a lot of shouting coming from the center of the arcade where Fist of Discomfort is being played. I remember Iris telling me something about it earlier today when I was bored to death at the ticket desk. It's one of the most popular games in the esports circuit. It's been a staple of the scene for over 6 years. Our 1 year, Team Wicked Prodigies took on the Unreal and came back to win the dying seconds of a tiebreaker match to take home a record $5 million prize. That's a lot of moolah. And how? Okay, so how does it work? It's a hybrid of real-time strategy and button mash brawling. Fight your way down the top and bottom lanes, carrying waves of ninjas to finally topple the enemy dojo. That's the action part. The strategy part involves using special abilities, purchase items, and ninja summons. FOD is a sheer elegance in its simplicity, the way the different game systems interweave to form one masterpiece of esports perfection. So, summon good ninjas, punch bad ninjas, smash dojo. I'd say boiling down a rich game of action and strategy played the world over by top gamers in such a way is a bit degrading, but sure. All of which is super interesting and stuff, but now all I care about is dealing with a loudmouth currently playing the game. Don't forget, the louder the yelling gets. Most of these are words that...
What the
No, those are definitely all words my mother would disapprove of. You've got to be fucking kidding. There's no fucking way that's even possible. These hitboxes don't even connect. This game, fuck it all night long. Rando Calrissian. Perfect name. Oh, this is far from over, scrub. I saved a little something special for you. Been baiting you into attacking my sensei, which you fell for hard. Oh hey, did I forget to mention that I bought extra ultimate technique scroll from my dojo? Whoops, my bad. XP share technique with great waves. Take this. 5-fold fucking explosive deck claw technique.
Oh, GG. No one can defeat me, Queen Bee. Hey, kid. What are you staring at? Never seen a champion of my caliber before?
Oh, seeing as I don't even know how to begin to even consider how to respond to a question, I have to take a moment and collect my thoughts. Options. one thing about these games, need water. Alright, she'd be fun to hang around. With that level of excitement always gushing out, I can only imagine how much enjoyment she gets out of life. What can I say? People love winning, and she lives a lot, at least, between bursts of saltiness.
Hey, don't just stand there all weird and quiet-like. It's creepy. So, are you gonna quarter up or not? Think you can best the hottest rising star of L7?
From what I've seen, I wouldn't know how to best a scrub, let alone a professionally competitive gamer of this game. Nope. No thank you. Plus, I'm not sure I'm allowed to play while I'm working.
You work here?
I enforce arcade law within this noble funplex. Welcome aboard this runaway train.
Hey, they haven't given you a name tag yet. How am I supposed to know who you are?
It's a weird tactic to have me introduce myself. I'm Lash. I did technically just start working here 6 hours ago. Might take them time. Maybe they need to send a carrier pigeon. Nah, Gavin's just slacking. I'll talk that silly boy for you. Make sure you get some proper respect. Thanks. No problem. Gamers got to stick together.
I'm Queen Bee, by the way. Aggro-style FOD lane pusher specialist for L7 Gaming.
Fair at that when you put your arms over your head, cheered and shouted, "No one can defeat me, Queen Bee."
Hey, I do not sound like that. Well, maybe a little.
I'm one of the regulars around here. Besides Purpur and Teo. You'll be seeing a lot of me in the future. Let's hope you last longer than the last guy. You look like a smart kid. You've seen one of my many streams on the internet, right? No. Literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Whoa.
If you consider a small yet formidable apartment of a rock, then yes. Oh, you sweet shot. Let me show you the path to darkness that is the internet. I'm gonna let you guys choose this one. Mike says no. We're going with nope, nope, nope. My internal sensors are going off. They're telling me to reverse and leave this conversation ASAP. Nope, nope. I think I'm okay without that.
Come on!
She grabs my arm and pulls me closer to the fist of discomfort cabinet. Queen Bee, upon further inspection, I see the whole haphazard pile of tech she's rigged up. Can't just plug one of these cabs into the internet, so I use a number of clip-on webcams and mics and stuff. Gear, my own personal PC from back home, which then streams matches live to all of my fans. Chat room appears on my phone. Cost a bit to put everything together and takes like half an hour to rig. But after doing this here for a couple of years, it's easy peasy. There is no direct personality, you just choose it over time. Aside from Naomi grinding her teeth at my clip-on cameras, damaging the paint job, Anyway, I prefer to stream from the Funplex than from home. There is so much to miss out on sitting by your lonesome with the console version. The crowd, some good trash talk, community. Wait, you're live broadcasting right now? Are we live right now?
Nope, no way.
Fuck no! That was part of my warm-up matches. Got a pretty big tournament coming up, so try to get as much practice in as possible. Even if it is a bunch of fodder. As in, fod, dirt, as you don't chum. Lunch meat, scrubs, losers, get the idea. Seems something at the corner of eye and glances around. Gives a nod to someone hanging out near the Street Fighter cabinet. Ah, my crew is starting to trickle in. We should start team practice soon. Wait, what time is it?
Beep beep.
What the?
They're going like 5 minutes. This is good as well. Chat later, right? Sure, one thing, can you get this swearing down at least a little? Got kids around here and I don't want you to get in trouble with Gavin. Meh, but for you, I'll keep it to a PG-13 rating. Now, if you excuse me, there are some butts out there that need to get...
Later.
Later. What to handle next? Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze or Showtime Stage. Alright. My mutant floor attendant senses detect danger from the left-hand side of the arcade. Quickly rush all 30 feet to the scene of the crime. Already in progress. Do you work here? I saw you behind the desk earlier. Note to self, ask Gavin for a name tag. Yes, I'm Lash, for attendant. Well, stop attending to the carpets and attend to me. Want this something to wrap up his damn game so I can play. Ashley's face is obscured beneath her costume's mask, but I can feel her wince as the man curses up a blue streak. Sure, there are children present. Please keep the swearing to a minimum. You kick this fat piece of blank off to this game and I'll sing Mary Had a Little Lamb all you want. Figuring out I ought to hear the fat piece of blank side of the story before rushing to judgment, I tap the player on the shoulder. And he doesn't even notice my tapping. So I tap again. Twice. So there are other players waiting to give Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze a spin. You know the game's full name? Sure, played a lot when I was a kid. It's actually called Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, right? Wizards and pellets and monsters and stuff. Yeah. Bit tense, as he's later focused on the game, I can see why. He's currently sitting on 714,900 points. Holy crap, that's heck of a high score. Excuse me. Right, sir, can you please wrap up your game? Nope. I'm keeping a good pace here. Plenty of livestock, on par for getting close to the world record before the kill screen. Yeah, but it's a public arcade. Other folks want to play the games too. Finishes clearing the current board while pondering the predicament. Okay. I think he's stepping away from the game, but he's letting his stock of 50 extra dudes slowly deplete as he pulls out his wallet. Without pause, he pulls out $3,000 in cash and holds it out. Will this cover it? For a moment, I flash back to a movie where some dude plays another dude to sleep with his wife, and they roll around in bed covered in money, and, cover what exactly? Cost of the game. Game itself. Never seen this much raw cash in one place in a given time. It's not even in 20s. It's rolling in Benjamins. One moment, please. On it. Fortunately, Iris already has my messenger app open for me with Gavin's contact information. With trembling fingers, I key in. The customer wants to buy Moopy for $3K. What do? In less than a minute, I have my response. Considering we paid $200 for it, plus parts, yes, absolutely yes. Sell that relic immediately. Well, okay then. Although, how Naomi gonna react to this? Offloading one of her darlings just because Gavin wants to make a 15-fold profit. Also feels weird to be taking advantage of his lack of a grasp of real costs. I knew all this workplace drama was going to catch up with me at some point. I'm going to sell it, because that's a lot of money and this place is not doing well for that. I'd say 3 large is more than fair. It's all yours. I quickly pocket the money, feeling vaguely like a thief who will be eating well tonight, mind you. You want me to get the dolly and wheel this old thing out of here for you? He shakes his head. Absolutely not. I'm leaving the game right where it is. bought it, so I can play it whenever I want, for as long as I want, provided nobody else is already playing, of course. Wouldn't be proper to interrupt someone. But I wouldn't want to take it away from the funplex. Naomi would cry. Wouldn't want to have that. Guess not. Which leaves the rando hopping mad. To be fair, we had been kind of ignoring that he exists. Interesting. And we just lost a customer, stomping his way out the door. Stomp, stomp, stomp. On the plus side, Naomi won't cry. On the negative side, they just drove a rando out into the cold.
What a disagreeable fellow.
As for the player, well, he goes right back to playing. I can actually focus on who this gonzo rich guy actually is. He cares, alright. Seems to care more about just the game. Take it from someone wallowing around in the lower tax bracket. The rich can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And yet, that's not what this old guy did. He could have. He let us keep the game and wanted to play, that's all. And why? Because of Naomi. Because of the funplex. It's home and family for the games, for us. It's best I sent that rando out the door in favor of this guy. So, you know Naomi? He's happy to talk even while playing.
Of course. I'm a Funplex regular. My name's Percy. I'd hazard you're our new floor attendant? I was here when Francine seated you behind the desk earlier.
That's me, Arcade Wrangler.
Well then, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to getting to know you better.
So, you've seriously just been playing Moopy all day?
What can I say? It's my calling. I actually owned a Moopy cabinet once. Had it in my flat. But playing it by myself, all alone in the dark, it's not the same. I need the atmosphere.
Beeps and boops?
No, those you eventually learn to filter out. I mean, everything. The games, the lights, the kids, the feeling of being in an arcade. I score my best when I'm in real-world conditions. It's all about the emotions, the laughter and the tears, the excitement of competition. I need that swirling chaos of human emotions around me to play.
I just realized he has a t-shirt from the game. Yeah. What's current world record then? About 3.5 million. This guy's been standing here since I was working the morning shift, hours and hours. And he's still only about 720k into this game. Can't imagine him being in anything but top health condition to try this. Guy's gotta have legs made out of carbon fiber and a bladder of tungsten. I just let a few extra lives drain out whenever I need to go pee. Also, he might be psychic. Feel like I should let him get back to his game. Gotta get your Moopy to gold. If it was me tossing around green like that, I'd have my game cold and solid gold and encrusted with diamonds. Gold's heavy, it'd break through the floor. At mentioning money, he'd lose his interest. Not that he's annoyed, just far more focused on the Masonite financial tips. But, you know, be shiny, right? Right?
Don't think
Yeah.
so.
Don't throw around money to impress people. Money removes obstacles, nothing more, nothing less. It's a tool like any other. I do day trading, stocks and bonds, but I'm here for Moopy, not for physical advice. Right. He's getting more and more distracted by the game. I should let him be. I have to go do a thing about a thing. Beasing you. Yet another weird encounter. And there's only one last left. In the distance, I see a number of people gathering, which is surprising since the first half of my shift was complete and utter solitude. Don't get me wrong, I'm helping to see what people do come to arcade, but that's quite the crowd. Like larger than Queen Bee's team was, rowdier too. Has to be some kind of fire code save to protocol or something. Speaking as a citizen that enjoys living Having an escape route is necessary. Time to clear the way, pave my own path of safety. As I approach, I see flashing neon lights accompanied by upbeat Europop drifts. It's an auditory flashback right to 1980 fuck. I can't help but nod my head to the beat. Pulsating mass of people is surrounded Showtime stage, cheering on the current player. The game itself takes up a whole corner of the arcade and requiring a fair amount of space to actually play. Using motion tracking sensors hidden beneath the colored spotlights to check dance pose accuracy and score your sweet moves. It's pure dance fever. Can you catch the fever? I've had my dance fever shots at the doctor's office earlier this evening. As dance ends, one of the players hops down from the stage and immediately starts talking to a young man leaning up against the back wall. Did you see that, Teo? Got my first AA on Stop the Beat.
Hell yeah!
Or last month you couldn't even pass that song? Totes impressive. Gonna keep practicing and one day maybe it'll surprise you. Hope you do. When you do, you can be the one who brings in new dancers and teaches them how to play. Feel my head bobbing and my foot tapping. It's really catchy song, can you blame me?
Care to dance?
While taking the spotlight. We got a nope. I'm not one for dancing with strangers. You know what dancing leads to? Me falling on my face in front of all these people. Either that or one of the customers enjoying a trip to the emergency room with a shattered foot. I'd rather not horribly embarrass myself right now. Let's save that for later.
Bummer.
Downright shame, but you can't blame me for trying.
Hey, wait. You're new here, right?
Yes, very.
Name's Mateo, but everyone here just calls me Teo.
Boogie Woogie Rando, Wallflower Rando.
Oh, please, I'm nothing really. Nothing as special as you. I just like to show newbies the ropes and teach them how to play. Our community is small, but we're all super close. I think you'd be a perfect addition to our gang. So, what do you say? Play our silly dancing game?
Politely decline. It was a persistent one, but at least he's not mean about it. Maybe after I played it multiple times, alone, in the dark. Look, I appreciate the offer, but I don't know if this one's for me. I'd like to avoid injuring anyone, notably myself. Yeah, I think I'll pass. I'm actually on the clock right now. New floor attendant. What happened to the other guy? He's out. I'm in. Year 0 of floor attendant / regime.
Hello there.
Honored to be here. Hope we get to know each other well. Indeed. For someone that loves Showtime stage as much as you do, I haven't actually seen you play yet. True. I tend to let everyone else play. What about you and your feelings? No shrugs. Hey, wanna film a workplace safety video? Good, we can start by getting to know workplace safety together. I hate to be the bearer of the bad news, but you gotta break up the band. Unless you want to film one of those retro 1960X public service announcement videos where someone loses a leg dancing off the stage into the crowd.
Well,
Shaking hands with danger. When the heat is on, the lights shining, these things happen. I'll take care of it. Luckily, the song that was playing just finished. He jumps up on stage and cups his hand over his mouth. Listen, we need to keep the area to the left of the stage clear. You know the deal, we ought to be cool about fire safety. It's the first day, show some respect. Everyone's glaring at me. Great, now I'm going to be known as the party pooper. had worse reputations. Hey, don't disappoint my crew. Just doing their job. Better? I nod. Yes, much better.
Didn't mean to cause any trouble. Sometimes we just get so caught up in the game, you know? Of course you know. Hey,
I do not know.
you should still join us later. Maybe when your shift's over. We'll all be here dancing until closing time.
As long as that dancing is within the law, carry on. Officer Lash has spoken. I start to walk away, ready for my next venture, when I remember something I should do. Turn back to Dale. Hey, thanks.
No problem.
Oh. Back just popped. Mission accomplished. Upholded the safety of the arcade like a model employee. That's pretty good for my first day. Even Gavin's gotta be impressed, right? It's time to leave Showtime stage. Arcade is now at peace. My work here is done. Well, actually, we're a few hours closing time, so it's not done, but you know.
Good day.
Not a bad first day so far. I've been keeping tabs on you. Well, others have been, and they've been texting me. You know, you should consider getting a proper group chat app going. I've got a crappy phone plan, my texts aren't free. Valid point, I'll look into that.
Impressive.
I'm impressed how you handle stuff. I think you're gonna work out just fine. Anyway, I prepared your paperwork. If you'd like to go sign it and make this whole working relationship a bit more above board.
Yeah.
Francine hasn't fired you yet. Jesus Christ. The nightmare has returned.
Ooh.
Don't you two have jobs to attend to? Just ordered a replacement power supply for Robotron. Nothing left to do for the day. Not many kids around for me to entertain. Finally, a quiet moment. My dream job has been going a mile a minute since I got here. Is it my dream job? Tell Francine when I was looking for up. Maybe I'm finding the hope I was looking for after all. We've only got a few hours till closing and it's nice and quiet. Have a game a bit. Speak for yourself, I got paperwork to handle. Oh come on, you don't game. Irrelevant. I know your dirty little secret. What? Naomi, you sneak in early each morning to play pinball. You're a pinball wizard. Eh, well, whatever. I bring order to chaos. Pinball is the very expression of that art form. You know what we should do? Impromptu pinball tourney.
By the way, I've booked a birthday party for this afternoon.
The looks of confusion and outright terror on their faces, all laughter dying off immediately, are vaguely concerning to me.
Sorry, I meant to tell you, dears, but I plumb forgot.
Birthday party. How are the kids? 5th birthday. Oh, to be young again. 5-year-olds. Throwing ski balls overhand in the glass, jumping up and down in the pinball machine, just putting chewing gum into the coin slots. Pulling out the costume, tearing pieces off of it. Naomi, Ashley, keep it together. We've survived kids' birthday parties before. Doom, the end is nigh.
Well, I'd hate to get in the way of all the fun. Yep, it's time for my afternoon nap anyway. Have fun, dears.
Right, battle stations, everyone. I'll take ticket desks so I can oversee operations. Ashley, greet the kids. Naomi, watch the hardware damage. Lash, roaming duty. Look for trouble. Do what you can. Prepare yourselves. They're coming. Like an oncoming tidal wave, the rumble is felt before it's seen. Parents pulling into the parking lot, minivans disgorging kindergartners, and suddenly... an explosion of small humans rushes the doors, bursting into the arcade before scattering every which way. Even before any of them get tokens, they're grabbing at joysticks, smashing buttons, eager to get their game on or just even pretend to be playing. A crew assumes battle stations. Naomi by the fragile pinball machines, Ashley and Zor trying to distract them, and Gavin armed with the pre-stacked $10 rolls of tokens. As for the pro gamers, well, Queen Bee and Teo's friends bolt for the exit, abandoning them, keen on getting out ahead of the surge of kitties. All is very well and good, but I got no idea where I'm supposed to be. Roaming duty, looking for Joel. Right. For a few minutes, I'm like a pinball being bounced around, or like that frog trying to cross a highway of traffic. Eventually, I spot 3 possible problems on the rise, and Lash, professional floor attendant, is ready to attend them. Which of these should I tackle first? I may not be able to deal with all of them in time. 2 kids fighting over a box of cupcakes, an angry adult shouting at a kid, or a little girl crying over stolen tickets. I'm gonna go with the... Yeah, let's do that one first. I can smell disaster on the wind, and it smells sweet. As in, I can smell the box of birthday cupcakes one of their parents left near the ticket desk, with kids swarming it and scavenging for their favorite icing colors. As my inner child is mildly offended that someone thought one of those was superior to the actual birthday cake. But there are clearly larger issues at stake than that. Also, Steph, if you actually want to know where we are with people, chart. Clearly larger issues at stake.
I want a chocolate! Don't take all the chocolate!
I want 2 cupcakes. Give me 2 cupcakes.
No fair! Everybody gets one, and mine's gotta be chocolate!
Of course, the kid at the front grabs the last one.
Finders keepers, losers weepers. Ha ha ha.
Parents aren't paying attention. They're too busy complaining about their jobs and the weather and the PTA and stuff. Meaning the first cupcake is thrown, nobody's there to stop it.
Ah! Stop it! Stop it!
I want chocolate!
As probably wads of icing and sponge cake go flying, I glance over to the coin-op games, which are about to get caught in the crossfire. Naomi, who's busy trying to unjam a joystick, looks up to see the cupcake onslaught coming your way, as is Ashley, whose fuzzy costume is a nice and inviting target. It's fat, Glash. Got 1 vote for Naomi. Nothing else come up, so let's do that. Quickly, I hurl myself into the action. Get down, Miss Naomi! Numbness sets in, and multiple rounds of frosting-coated mortar fire impact against my body. When I finally hit the ground, my clothes are totally ruined. But alas, my noble self-sacrifice could not save them both.
What? No!
Pinky the Flumpex Flamingo is now covered in a wide variety of icing colors from across a visible spectrum. No, you were so young and pure. It's so cold. Lie still. I want to let you die on me. Not dying, the icing's just kind of cold and sticky and gross. No. By this point, the lackadaisical parents have finally noticed the pastry wars and are busy rounding up the combatants for various scoldings.
Aww.
Costume's just wrecked. I need to get out of this ASAP and put some stain treatment on it. Lash, can you cover the floor for me? Considering it's my fault you got caked? Absolutely. Not your fault. I mean, I guess the games cost more than my fuzzy felt. I'll be back ASAP.
Thank you.
I mean, okay, it was just cupcakes, but it was so brave. You saved the game we worked on together. Actually, it's only now that I noticed the joust game that was protected from a sphere and sustained cupcaking. Naomi's hero of the day. She's smiling at me expectantly. Say something cool. I go with art. They're recorded in that cold, dark alley in one horrible night. So make goods, I'd happily take the sugar hit for you. Well, in an amazingly unlikely event of exactly those circumstances happening, it's good to know I have someone protecting me.
Woohoo!
Better finish up my work. With a brief nod from Gavin, I snatched one of the official Funplex t-shirts to replace my cupcake top. After a few minutes in the bathroom, change a wipe off my pants, and I'm ready to go again. Right, that's that sorted out. But the other two situations are about to spin out of control. I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one? Tao and Queen Bee, or Percy and Gavin? Alright, let's do Percy and Gavin. I weave my way through waves of children towards the skee-ball machines. One little girl sitting at the end of the skee-ball ramp, crying, no parent in sight to settle her, so the task fails to me. Guessing I should be more cautious about this sort of thing, with lawsuit-happy parents lurking over vending machines ignoring their kids, but decided to take the case all the same. Hey, my name's Lash. Work at the carry. What's wrong? Can I help? Sobbing pauses as she looks up to me. I lost my tickets. Someone stole them from me. I played and played and won a bunch of them, but put them down and I was talking to a friend and now they're gone. I glance around, but in a sea of kids it's impossible to tell who the thief could be. I don't even have any more tokens to play with. I spent them all on skee-ball. My tickets are all gone now. Well, we'll figure this out somehow. I have no idea where to start though. Percy would have had a good view on the redemption game area based on where Moopy's positioned. Gavin has the ticket ass, a veritable crow's nest for the whole arcade. He could have spotted something. Or I could just bend the rules and solve this directly. So, use Percy, use Gavin, or try it myself. Vote now on your phones. Not so. I have played a bit of this. The one thing that I can tell you is sometimes choosing someone doesn't actually get points with them. You don't get negative points for doing them, but certain actions do not exactly always work. Just like doing certain, like being sarcastic all the time isn't always good because some people don't like it. But I will go with Percy since we seem to prefer him. Okay, don't worry, I'll get your ticket back. One way or another. Alright, here, I'll be back in a jiff. Walk up to Percy, tapping him on the shoulder to get his attention. Sorry to interrupt, but that girl in pink over there, someone stole her tickets. I was hoping you saw something. Oh.
Well.
Been pretty deep into this realm, wasn't exactly paying attention. Poor girl, ruffians absconded with her tickets, you say? Yeah, well, I can't exactly expect you to babysit. I'll go check with Gavin. Now, no need for that. This obstacle can be removed rather readily, and perhaps be an object lesson as well. He steps away, letting his extra lives croak one by one. Something more important has clearly captured his attention.
Hello.
My name's Percy. You say you need tickets. Yeah, I wanted to get the colored crayons. 50 tickets, if I recall. Tall order, but certainly achievable. Here, let me show you the best way to reach your goal. He leads our little group short ways over to a game of colorful spinning lights. Skee ball, even when played well, has an expected value of 4 tickets per token. But this game has an EV of 8. 10 if you're sharp enough. 12 tickets come streaming out of the slot, maximum possible per token.
Lovely.
Simple, yes? Here. I can spot you some tokens to get started. He produces a short stack of brassy tokens from the ample supply in his pockets. But the girl just sort of stares at the game confused. But this game's really boring.
Pardon me?
Boring. It's got colorful lights. It plays very well. But it's boring. I like rolling skee balls into the holes. You want those crayons, yes? And it is the most efficient way to get them. The girl sighs, disappointed. But she's not crying anymore, and the distraction was enough to crack her out of the feedback loop of despair. Hands tokens back, and the stack clinking lightly into Percy's open hand. Thanks, mister, but I got other crayons at home. I guess I'll just use these. Not exactly cheered up, but not exactly weeping. She mixes back into the crowd to find her friends and play with them instead. Huh. Oh, my apologies. Seems I let you both down. Although I must confess to be rather puzzled by this. If you have a clear and distinct goal, what's so bad about accomplishing it by the most direct means? She's 5. Thinks she cares more about fun than expected value.
Well,
I'll admit my experience with children is unorthodox. I suppose it's best to admit my failure in this moment and move on. I'd let it ride, but curiosity takes me. Spirit of a competitor. More challenging. If all she wanted was tickets, she'd have started out with a color cycler game, right? When you play a game like skee ball, you're competing against yourself, trying to beat your best, trying to perfect your shots, having fun earning tickets. I suppose it's a valid point. The goal is to have fun, and crayons are an extra bonus rather than the other way around. Yes, I can see that. I certainly understand competing against one's own skills, constantly improving and owning them. Well, it's been an experience, to say the least, but others need your help today, and this old man's got a game to conquer.
much obliged.
But thank you for trying to help that girl, and thanks for allowing me to try to help, even if both struck out shows character. Returned to his game having lost some of his extra lives, but doesn't seem to mind his setback. If anything, he's smiling more. 2 problems in the can. Okay, cupcakes and tickets sorted out. As for that angry, shouting parent by the driving games, Looks like they went home. Problem solved, but the boy she was shouting at is gone too. Miss fireworks, and I don't mean my dancing. What happened? Oh, some blank is screaming at a kid for no reason. Eventually, the parents got in a shouting match. Teo talked both down, but they decided to bail on the party. All I did was point out that we were right next to a donut shop frequented by some very well-read cops. Drat, and was hoping to cool things off. Keep enjoying the party. No, so the gallery did good work out there. Yeah, I saw that impromptu cupcake shooting gallery. What a mess. And those stolen tickets. Man, kids can be jerks, but you gave it your best. You're looking pretty run down, though. Why not take a break? I have a solemn and sworn duty to bring peace to my arcade. Fuck that. Go take 5. Well, truthfully, I'm pretty worn the heck out after all. Teo's right. I need to step away from this craziness, only for a few minutes. After a silent nod from Gavin to confirm it's cool with him, I slip away, headed for the employee lounge. What a day. Quirky coworkers, diehard pro gamers, volatile kids getting into volatile situations. I'd say it's a recipe for wackiness. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I drop down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs and spot an upside down kid. Huh? Oh wait, I'm the one leaning backwards. I sit up and turn around and said, better. Wait, what's a kid doing back here? Hey, he was hoping I wouldn't notice him. Hi. And you're? Okay, let's start. Hi, Mikey. My name's Lash. So, what are you doing here? This is employees only area. Wait, this keypad. How'd you get in? The guy at the desk dropped this. Holds out a piece of paper with door code written on it. Score 1 for Ashley's wild storytelling. Okay, but you can't stay back here. It's, well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements, but...
Please don't send me back out there.
Oh, this is curious. I mean, something wrong? You can tell me, I work here. I'm the gal who solves problems.
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Don't you want to play with friends? Guessing the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a kindergartner.
I don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here. My family just moved to the city. And before that, we lived in another city. And one more for that, but I was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
New kid in town, huh? Nods mutely. Still, I should have busted him there and then, brought him back to the party, where other parents could supervise him. Should have told Gavin. Okay, I won't tell on you. If you want to stay back here for the rest of the party, I'll keep you company. Thank you. I'm enjoying it so far. Thanks. You really want to tell my mom? Nope. Why? Thought you'd want to make me go. You're an adult, like Mom. Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once. The new kid in town, in fact. You were the new kid? Yeah. Although for me, it started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school, never really making any friends, not for years. Mom and Dad kept losing jobs, taking new ones, worse ones. They'd be working all day, and too tired when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. Decided to just take what I could get. Go with the flow. What does that mean? Means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad, but you don't care. You just do what you have to do without any really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad to never care about anything, right?
I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. And then I bite my tongue down hard. Because my little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid out. Wouldn't have helped little Lash out either. So instead, I decided to be the adult that I would have needed. Hey, it could be totally worse. Aliens could attack. You know, Mikey, things feel bad now, but they could be worse. Invaders from Mars could swoop in and dress everyone in silly hats. But just think about it. Everyone wearing silly hats. They're all so embarrassed that they hand the Earth over to the aliens. And that's when the dinosaurs show up. Kid stares at me, not sure if he's curious or confused. Okay, so the dinosaurs start fighting the aliens, but they smash all the schools, and that means you don't have to do homework anymore. And that's when the monsters start showing up, because the aliens and dinosaurs are making too much noise and they can't sleep. Next thing you know, it's just monsters and aliens and dinosaurs smashing everything, and nobody's having any fun at all. That's silly. That's really silly. You're smiling, aren't you? He nearly drops a smile on realizing he's wearing one. When you're sad, or when you're mad, just think to yourself it could be worse. Then invent some silly way it could be worse. Soon you won't feel so bad, and hey, at least there's no dinosaurs smashing things, right? Right. Hey, you know one great way to make friends? Jokes, stories, having fun. Bet if you went back out there, you'd find someone who'd laugh at all the silly story about dinosaurs and aliens and robots. There's robots too. There's all the robots if you want there to be. How about it? Let's go back to the party, and you can meet some new friends, if you try.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go talk to them. I'll talk about the robot dinosaurs. Go get him, Mikey. Take his hand and lead him up to the main room. Every time I see that goddamn game. And off he goes. I'm not fooling myself. I know I haven't fixed all Mikey's problems. I'm no child psychologist. That was entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. But for one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago. 15 years ago. Everything had changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits. We couldn't afford them. They couldn't take time off work. The whole Vex family had learned to settle, to accept the lot in life we've been dealt. Go with the flow. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her for years. One of the few stable times in my life. But she knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Need drink. One moment. Oh. Now here I am. Today has been, well, bonkers. Apparently, alternatively boring and hectic and surreal. Way too real. Honestly, I can say I'm more alive today than I have been in a very long time. Beep beep. Emotional voice analysis subroutines combined with your body language suggests you're really happy right now. Yeah, I guess I am. How did you know? I just told you. I mean, how did you know I'd love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
I didn't. What? I lied. I was 47% sure. Oh, it has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements, a fun atmosphere, spirited coworkers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-reference your roommate's postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
If I was sure that I said it was that much, you'd be willing to give it a try. Another thing to thank Juniper, I guess. A very weird little app, you know?
Hooray!
From the cars pulling up the parking lot, it looks like the party's over. Just about closing time for the arcade, anyway. Most of the gamers have filed out by now, if they hadn't already fled tidal weight of kids. My first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork, but that can wait. I'd rather go help someone with the tidying up or see how our VIP gamer's doing. Not enough time to run around checking in with everyone, though. Who do I want to hang out with? Gavin, Ashley, Naomi, Queen Bee, Teo, or Percy? One vote for Naomi. Alright, we'll go deal with Naomi. Naomi definitely looks like she could use a hand. Someone's jammed bright pink bubblegum into a coin slot and she's trying to clear the sticky mess out. How could they? How could they do this to a poor, innocent little Q-Brute? Hey, need a hand? Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I'll work in the second player slot for me. I got swabs and stuff in my kit there. Grab what you need.
So frustrating.
Honestly, the nerve of these kids. No respect at all for these games. Games aren't like shoe-proof, machine-washable baby toys. They're delicate and deserve love and care. But they are toys, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, of course, just, they're also works of art. I know not everyone sees it that way, but back in the 80s, operators would just throw away games that didn't perform well anymore. In the end, an arcade has to make money. That means using and abusing a game until it's time to put it out of pasture. Well, have to like it, right? Yeah, the kids had fun. They're not all mean. Nothing justifies deliberately trashing a game like this, but if it helps, the party was a success. Everyone had fun playing your wonderful games. So, for every kid that hurt you, and no dozen more would thank you if they knew that you were providing these great games and making sure they stayed playable.
Yeah.
Kids aren't bad, of course. I'm not really good with kids. Not like Ashley, but if they learn to love games when they're young, they'll love them all their life, right? But I do have to be realistic. I know this isn't a museum. We aren't preserving priceless treasures for generations to come. Sometimes I treat it like my little private collection. But really I do want people to play and enjoy these games, and what does wear them down in time. As long as I'm here, I'm pick up a game when it wobbles on his feet, dusts it off, straighten it up, and set it out there to be played with all over again. With the last of the gum pulled to the slot, Naomi closes up her toolbox. I should probably pull the coin max entirely and give him a good cleaning tomorrow, but I didn't want to let the gum sitting overnight. I'm heading home soon. I'll see you tomorrow, right? You got it.
Woohoo!
And she gives me a big hug. Things winding down, there's just one last thing to take care of before I'm at the door. Seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day. Lash, good work today. Thanks, boss. Mid-boss. Sub-boss. Gavin will do. Can't say you've been perfect in play, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume you're as close to perfect as reasonable. I'm not entirely sure why you consulted Percy regarding those tickets. He's not on staff, but I suppose that's a minor issue. Unfortunately, the cost of cleaning our carpets and costumes at the Cupcake Assault will be a chunk of change, but I suppose you did all you could there. Please say the sale of Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze for a full $3,000 will indirectly offset quite a few of these costs. I'm glad you consulted me on that and stuck to your guns on the pricing. Even if I'd be happy to rid of that relic entirely. Why is it still here is a good question. Was it not clear why it's gone? Percy did not want to break up the family. They're machines, not people. He also didn't want Naomi to be sad. Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let it go. Say. Ahem. Are you giving our poor little Lash a hard time, Gavin dear? Miss Francine, I thought you were napping.
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's mean dream matters too, as does the dream of Percy, that poor fellow. Poor? Isn't Percy stinking rich?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
But sacrifices made in the name of which shatter the dreams of others, well, that's not what the Funplex is all about. You understand, yes, the reason why. Why am I here? That's the question, right? No, I think I understand. Came here today looking for hope. Hope that I could do more with my life than compromise. Settle for what I could get and go with the flow. Everyone I've met today is full of hope. Gamers chasing scores, people following their passions. Nobody here is willing to give up on their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. You know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We chase after our hopes and dreams. We won't accept anything less. I see.
Apologies.
I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days, but I know in my heart I need to err on the side of idealism, even if my mind screams in protest. I can assure you are still keen to work here. I don't even hesitate for replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby stack of short forms. Fill these out tonight and hand them in to me the first thing in the morning. And welcome to the fun. Funplex. I hate that word. Welcome to the family, I'd say. I'm sure you fit in just fine. I still say she needed to let me finish the joke. Is a funplex the thing when you suplex a clown? One bus ride later, and it's home again, jiggity jig. Juniper, already home from work, bounds over eagerly to interrogate me on my day.
Hey.
So, how'd it go? It went well. Well. Really well. The little app came through, despite being a terrifyingly omniscient and just a little bit of unnerving. You forgot to mention adorable. That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear things work out. And even came home with a smile, like when you were a lifeguard. Huh, guess I'm smiling. Interesting.
By the way, there's just one teensy-weensy little question I have for you. Why exactly did you order a giant crate full of pizza bagels?
What? Did I neglect to mention that in the part of the terms and conditions? On the plus side, I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. And that's level 1 of Arcade Spirits complete. Hey, look, you also won a prize. You'll get one of these for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden thingies. Now, let's check your score. Looks like you're really hitting it off with Naomi. Clearly, you're the life of the party, you goofy goof. Also, you've scored 4,850 points. Nice. Keep talking with people and your score will go up. Today's pizza fact is Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 2? Yes. So this game is the one I was doing earlier, so I'm going to put ours over here. Return. Now, the question is, Two Flower, because they're not in the chat anymore, I don't know which one of the writers Two Flower is. But that's actually fantastic that they came in and said hello. It's the future year 20XX, and you know what? Things are pretty okay. I've worked as a floor attendant at the Funplex for 2 weeks now. Hard work, to be sure, but rewarding. In a spiritual sense, at least. I've helped Naomi prepare pinball games. I've had tea with Francine. I've evacuated gamers when the kitchen accidentally caught fire. I've had numerous kids puking nachos on my clothes. I've scraped gum off of any number of surfaces. I've chased what turned out to be entirely too many spiders out of a single ski ball machine. Okay, look, I know I'm not painting this very rosy picture, but honestly I'm happy, even amongst chaos. I'm happy, and that's all that matters, right? Right, you're happy. It's the best I've seen you in ages. Before you'd come in all drained and exhausted, now well, you're still tired, but get tired. It's still hard work, don't get me wrong, but overall, it's good work. I just feel good. Totally good.
Yes.
Good. Agreed. Super good. Double plus good. Iris, we talked about you listening in on my conversations. What did I tell you about that? To pretend I wasn't eavesdropping even when I am. Exactly. You know, I'd be more upset about my creepy privacy invading digital overmistress, but I have to admit that Iris really put through for me. Even if she also ordered a 3-month supply of pizza bagels.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
So, Juniper, how long have you left on your break? Any time to squeeze in some pinball or something as any tokens? No can do. Our new assistant synergy manager arranged a team building exercise. I have to move colored bits of paper around or something and then exchange high fives. Assistant synergy manager? Sounds like a very vague job. Nah, it's actually entry level. Good pay and right on track to middle management. Pretty cushy, a bit dull. Funny thing is that they asked me if I knew anybody who fit in right before they started advertising for candidates, and I said nope, who would want to do that? When was this exactly? Oh, 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, right when I needed work, you told them you didn't know any good candidates for a well-paying entry-level job.
Oh, well, but you wouldn't have liked being an assistant synergy manager, right? Not one bit.
Juniper, please tell me you told them no, because I already had taken this job, but point, not because you forgot.
Hey, I didn't forget. I just, didn't bother telling you about the open position that night. I mean, you'd already had so many jobs you hated. I knew you'd hate being an assistant synergy manager, so I didn't feel the need to tell you. And it all worked out, right? You just spent the last 5 minutes telling me how happy you are here.
Not a lie, I was happier. Also not a lie, having packed pizza bagels for lunch, after having pizza bagels for breakfast, because we barely had enough money to cover the rent this week, pulled together. Also not a lie, Gavin constantly hiding the numbers from us, insisting things were fine, also while dryly joking about perpetually being on the edge of crash and burn. And that every time someone in my family tried to chase after happiness, we fell deeper and deeper into debt and misery. when I lost my lifeguard jaw, it barely reacted, didn't care. I guess one of the nasty side effects of no longer going with the flow is no longer being numb. But I shouldn't feel upset. I've been genuinely enjoying it. It's restored my sense of hope that it can be something to live through, not just endure. I have the right to be angry, right? Options. I prefer honest truth, because it's me. Alright, honesty it is. So, I won't be angry or upset. Simple as that. I decided that I was done compromising, right? Chose this path of my own free will, even if I didn't have all the facts at the time. But if I'm gonna be honest, boundless confidence doesn't cover the simple fact that I chose to be vulnerable rather than safe. So I can close this, and it goes wrong, still, no need to dump that all on Juniper. It's okay, you're right, I even hated the job. Things are great here.
Good. You were kind of freaking me out.
Trust me,
it's the right decision. You'd learn to loathe working at my office, like I do. I mean, sure, the pay is good, and you get solid health insurance, and paid vacation time, and they have a sweet coffee shop right in the lobby, and these really great chairs that support your lower back, like $1,000 chairs from Sweden crafted by master chairsmiths.
Juniper, I said, it's fine, everything is fine. Honestly, I'm okay. I mean, I won't deny that job would have been a safer bet. Want to contribute my fair share to the apartment rent. But what's done is done. I'd rather look forward than back.
Right, forget I said anything. Please, forget I said anything. I'm sorry. I should have told you. I shouldn't have held that back. But I still wouldn't have pushed you to take the job. It's totally horrible at my office. You'd have been miserable there, like me.
Sure, but it's cool. You're right. I'd have hated it. Okay, good. I got a good feeling about this. Even if you're right where you need to be, even if I was kind of dumb about getting here. I get back to the office, have a good lunch. I can feel the distant rumble of a frozen box of pizza bagels taunting me from the recently repaired employee bakery. Yeah, and you have a good rest of the hours of your day. You bet. I'm okay with this. Everything is fine. Right? What I need right now is distraction, and frozen pizza bagels. It's most certainly not it. My pocket money is really slim, but I think I need to step out from some fresh air and treat myself to a better lunch than that. Hey, maybe some company too. Nice and distracting. Talking to someone about anything other than this? Options. Percy's taking a break from score chasing. Queen Bee is between matches. Teo's shaking it on Showtime's stage, and Ashley's not on mascot duty today. I have my personal preferences, but this one is up to you. Well, since Steph has been choosing a bunch, mostly, we will go with Mike's decision this time. Queen Bee's matches right now. It's awfully quiet near the Fist of Discomfort cabinet. I think that's mostly why Mike wants to be there, is to see this stupid game again. I'm feeling rather alarmed here. This is normally peak time for her to be streaming matches. What's she up to now? As I get closer, I see her behind the game, fiddling with one of her webcams, clearly soaked in frustration. Everything okay? No, everything is not okay. She grumbles to herself, continues to meddle with the wires. Can I help with anything? I don't know. Can you figure out why a newly updated device driver suddenly stops talking to the webcam it supposedly just improved? but it was flaking out on me before I bit the bullet and upgraded, so maybe it's hardware, dead wire, such core tail right now. Oh, sorry, I'm silicon literate, sure, but not exactly a techno mage. Listen, kid, unfortunately I don't have the time or the effort to deal with this shit right now. My main webcam isn't working, and I don't think I'll be working for the rest of the day. I can ask Naomi to take a peek at it later. She's the one who helped you rig this up in the first place, right? Ugh, can't wait that long. I got Master Stream and yet working now. Well, how about I take your mind off it for a while then? I'm about to go on my lunch break. Care to join me? Her whole demeanor relaxes a bit when I mention food. She sighs heavily. Fine, you're probably right, kid. Maybe not staring at wires a bit will help clear my head. Maybe even help me sort the mess out myself afterwards. Want to go to the whole story. Get me some sugar. Want to go to the whole story with me? The bookstore? They have food there? Do they have food? You're too funny. Of course they have food. Best coffee and donuts in the world. And I'm famished. Let's go. Before I can even lament about eating pizza bagels I brought, she is dragging me out to the arcade. I sigh reluctantly and give in. It's probably for the best anyways. After what I dealt with this morning, I deserve to give myself a little treat. And I probably won't even admit to myself, but I'm totally getting sick of pizza bagels. Now, I will note, the next scene is going to involve the two voice actors that I came here for. I'm just gonna listen. Despite coming to this little strip mall for the weeks, I hadn't actually visited our neighbors. Mostly did whatever needed doing. Took orders from Gavin, let a hand to Ashley and Naomi, but no more nor less. Couldn't say I'd been a part of community outside the immediate circle of my coworkers, whereas others visited Whole Story frequently. Queen Bee leads the way into a shop that smells strangely of dusty old books and sugary sweetness. I don't think I've ever been in the little independent bookstore. Or a bookstore at all. It's 20XX. Who buys books? But despite the subdued atmosphere and compared to the arcade, there are customers present and accounted for, sipping coffee, reading old tomes, and yes, munching donuts. Queen Bee secures a tiny table for us before directing me to the bar. Hang on, what the heck is up with this menu? It's organized by the Dewey Decimal System. I'll take a Frank Herbert. I'm paying. Just got my stipend from the L7 Gaming yesterday, and I feel like celebrating. I mumble out a thanks and try not to make a big deal of it. Cash is tight, and a boutique cafe pastries won't help my situation much. A pair of middle-aged guys wait to take my order. Hey, I'd like a... I'm sarcastic, let's be honest. I'll have the Shell Silverstein.
One chocolate with sprinkles and juice. Coming up.
Huh, literally literary lunch.
With alliteration, apparently.
Say, you work at the Funplex, don't you?
Right. We've seen you walk past our doors every morning and evening.
This is Graham and Jacob Burgess.
Like clockwork, tick-tock.
Right. Sorry. I should have introduced myself. Floor attendant Lashback's at your service. I'm your inside gal for tokens and tickets.
Oh, we are lousy at video games.
Totally lousy.
But Francine's just a peach, isn't she?
Sweetest dame you'll ever meet.
Regardless, welcome to The Whole Story. I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
No relation to the actors.
Although they're cuties, and so are we.
Oh, stop.
Stop being cute? Never.
Apparently the sugar is available in forms other than round and holy.
Anyway, don't let us stop you from having fun on your little date.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It's not a date.
Just friends, then? Friendly friends on a play date?
Maybe the real date was the friends we made along the way.
I'd say the real friends were the friends we made along the way.
What if the way was also the real friends who were the real friends we made along the way?
Okay, now you're just being silly.
And how?
Anyway, next order, please.
Pear waves the next customer in as I return to Queen Bee's table, with our orders in a nicely decorated wooden tray. Queen Bee is stuffing donuts down her gullet. I think she might be angry eating, but I'm not sure. Actually, I think this is the first time I've actually seen her eat. Normally she's way too focused on matches. So Queen Bee holds up her finger to silence me. I feel so much better right now. Angry much? You know it. Sometimes I get so focused about everything I forget to eat. Eating is important. You should do it more regularly. 9 out of 10 living people say they prefer starving to death. Yeah, hey, what are you eating? Can I have some? She pokes at my choice in arguable nutrition. Hey, wait a sec. Poke her food back. Queen Bee still has patience left on her plate too. All's fair in love and poking food wars. Lean over the table and begin parting her meal. Hey, don't touch my biscuit. That's got all your germs on it. Ooh. I can't tank the heat. Don't start the fire. Point to. She rolls her eyes and sticks out her tongue jokingly. Whatever. You ran this round, kid, but next time that donut will be mine. Besides, you sound like you need that more than me. Sugary treats are a good de-stressor. You've been acting like your normal company drone self around the arcade floor today. Guessing the stress is melting? What, you're not stressed at all, huh? Well... Yeah, okay, I admit. Things have been stressful with streaming lately. Oh? How so? Because with esports streaming, everything has to be perfect all the goddamn time. It's not like you, where if you miss a straight gun wrapper on or the plexiglass isn't polished or signed, Gavin will let it slide. Clearly, you haven't worked for Gavin. Okay, Francine will let it slide. Look, I'm not a metaphor person.
My point is, when you're a public figure, an esports competitor, a streamer, an internet sensation, you gotta hustle. 100% hustle. 110% hustle. You only see folks like me and Teo from backstage. You aren't watching from the audience. Different situation entirely there. There's no room for error. If one thing is wrong, I'll get punished for it, one way or another. If not by the chat, which constantly seeks my blood and salty tears, then by my own team. They're always evaluating my performance. Things go badly enough, my viewer count goes down, and I could lose my sponsorship. Then everything.
Damn. Damn indeed. See what I mean? Take the world down in flames with you, I said. Okay, so it's brutal. Sounds like life is brutal in general. But there's one thing you told me long ago that I'm going to quote back to you. When the world shits on you, you take a shit on the world. That's my favorite catchphrase. Well done. You're right. I'm not going to let anything stand in my way. That's what I like to hear. But really. That all makes sense, but you have to take time for yourself and relax. Easier said than done. I know streamers who take a week off, go on vacation for something, and their subs drop off the face of the earth. But I know burnout is serious things, so I need to take breaks. If I'm going to relax, you should follow that same advice. Huh? Saw your little interaction with your roommate this morning. Don't worry, I wasn't eavesdropping. Merely noted that you didn't look right after it. Reflect. Get your shit together. While I'm on the topic of you, I'm thinking you should also find a hobby. What? Why? See you working that floor every day. Just go through the motions. You look so bored all the time. Think if you had something else going on, you'd be much happier. Thanks.
Nope, no way.
Hey, not trying to be harsh. Just trust me, I used to be like you long ago. I found my passion. Now look at me. Rising star of L7. I know you got something worth fighting for inside you, too. Just use it. It's gotten a little awkward and a little too right on point for me to be comfortable.
Beep beep.
Lunchtime is over, and Iris with the best distraction. Time to go back to the arcade. I'll see you back there. Waits me off. I still have this last donut to finish. I'll be back at the Funplex before you know it. How many donuts did she get? stuffs her face once more, and I gather my stuff and head back to the Funplex. Time for afternoon shift. That's usually when things heat up. After the quiet mornings, more kids coming in after school, more pro gamers rolling in with crews. Headed back to my desk, ready to take care of what needs taken care of when I'm intercepted en route. Ashley, you're both back. Good. I was hoping to catch you before we left. Oh? What's up? Hazma's up.
Okay.
He is? Okay. Ashley, I'll bring the van around shortly. Lash will be flying solo today. Hang on, what's happening exactly? Who's Hazma? Hazma's a game finder and an auctioneer, and gives next to no notice of when a new block of games will be going under the gavel, so we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, and Francine and I will be going to this auction for the rest of the afternoon while you run the Funplex. My first instinct is to nod and go along with it. Gavin's the law around these parts. But her words are still dangling away in my mind. Doing what needs doing is great and all, but maybe I need to step up a bit more. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during our heaviest hours with no support was hardly appealing. You're trusting the Funplex to the newbie? I might burn it down. Me? Seriously? Did we learn nothing from the Great Kitchen Fire incident of 20XS as Lash exudes an aura of perpetual bad luck? That gruddy old microwave exploding had nothing to do with your pizza rolls. Pizza bagels. Whatever. Hey, hang on. I gotta say this too, right? As a fellow floor attendant, I feel like such a third wheel at these auctions anyways. Let Lash be the third wheel and let me handle the floor. I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met. Trust me. I just want to do more than I've been doing. Different things, new things, social initiative. I suppose it wouldn't be change much to bring Lash instead, but no costume time today, Ashley. I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of chicken jams. Binkies can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out, one way or another. I need to go get the van. Wait up front, please. I just have to note this before she, disappears from the screen. What is that shirt? Good, good. Mike's doing the same thing. Bishonen? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm going to get more drink. I'll be right back. I have returned. More water. Alright. Oh, he leaves. So we'll probably be closed by the time you get back. So I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley away. Leaving me waiting outside with my 2 traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van and a rental trailer around. Oh my, how exciting. I really go on adventures these days. Just a quick trip, ma'am. Any trip is an adventure if you make it one, shall we? 4 of us pile in and it's off to the highway. Gavin, consulting a driving map on his phone, leads us out of the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Trust me, this will save time in the long run. Where's Hazma set up this time? On site at some abandoned estate just outside town. It's about to be torn down, but they found a trove of arcade games in the basement.
Woohoo!
So exciting! I love arcade raids. Arcade auctions. Raids. Auctions. Okay. You guys got an arcade to English dictionary dictionary I can borrow? Francine, without looking up for knitting, answers. A raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is when someone sells off their arcade games one at a time to a crowd of active bidders. So, which one is this? Both. Hazma buys up private collections before they can be thrown away, rescues them, and auctions off what he finds. Sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Well, okay, so Hazma officially auctions off games for cash money, but he's very whimsical kind of guy. I once saw him trade off a vintage burger time in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe, passed down through generations of family. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We pay up front, declare what games you want, and cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions and makes us come down to there when entertain his whims.
Wonderful.
He wants to make sure the games go to the good homes, to the people who really want them, even if they can't pay. Yes, this is 100% the Mystery Machine. And really, we should have got an invitation. He's been trying to cut out the big franchise arcades like Deco's Palace and help the little guys, I guess. It's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping Hazma's good side. Helping out the good guys, little guys, sounds good here. I'm guessing Hazma's the sort of person who doesn't let a kid have the game of dreams for free. He doesn't care about money, he cares about people. Correctamundo. Hazma's a great guy. Is he hard to predict? Sure, but he's got a big heart. That means something in his business, not big enough. Heart left some days. Yes, because that's how you pay the bills and keep the doors open, by having a big heart. Won't deny we can sometimes squeak out a trade that's practically a steal, thanks to personal modus operandi. Let's not push too far here. We need to temper our expectations a little, I suspect.
I think
We
not.
don't have room to add any more games, especially relics like Hazma usually deals in. What about the offside storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. Nearly full to bursting, and not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill, should we find an excellent deal and beat other bidders. But consider this, above anything else, a way to maintain relations with Hazma even if we don't end up bidding. Words.
Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is important. And Gavin, remember,
I like
if
that
we
every
find
once in a
some
while they give me
darling little game
little bit
Naomi
of
would
break.
lavish adoration upon, we can always retire
nice.
an older game. Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
Well, isn't it better to, not just settle and compromise all the time?
Well, now, there are trade-offs, and there are trade-offs. It's silly to say that you should never compromise, as silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise that defines who you are. You're all so young yet. You've time to make mistakes in learning what trade you need to make.
Unless you don't make rent on your apartment or your stomach growling. They have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for myself and my happiness, and I've done that without regret, so everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic conversation. The weather. Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? Come on! Wonderful. Glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in, just in case. That's our Gavin, always thinking ahead. Trying to protect your investments, huh? From Hazma's invitation, it seems like this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the ailments. It's so sad when we come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. You find games in barns, exposed to the elements, and falling apart. I suppose this is one thing you can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For the resale value, a broken game is no fun to play with, and it's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busting game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game to lie fallow. A waste of true potential. Huh, good point. They're getting along together. Or maybe it's a creepy old house that's likely haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts. We were taking the mystery machine. Ah, the classic Vex luck and play. So majestically awful. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're here a little late, it seems. Good grief, is this really the auction site? Creepy. Definitely creepy. At least 8 on the creepometer. Old home has character, I feel. Not judge it by the exterior, shall we? With all speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. Large group has already gathered in the foyer of the crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur. And as the others paid little mind.
Greetings, friends. Hamza welcomes our friends from the Funplex. Welcome, welcome. Gavin, stalwart as ever. Naomi, love what you've done with your hair. Miss Francine, a beauty surpassed only by your
That's pretty
wisdom.
much what I expected from this character as well. Ooh, fresh.
And a new player, it seems. Who might you be?
Aspects.
I see. Greetings to you and yours. I am known as Hamza, seeker of antiquity, finder of things lost, player of games. And welcome to, well, not my home, but a place where Hamza shall provide hospitality regardless.
Don't think sarcasm is going to be good here. I understand you only invite a select few. The Funplex is proud to accept your summoning. Indeed, I am very careful who I allow to my advance. These machines deserve owners who will respect and appreciate them. Did my mouse get screwed up? That's weird. Alas, I've not met a moment to enjoy your fine company. Perhaps later, but for now it is time. Friends, companions, long-time allies of the noble art of the arcade, welcome. Welcome to Donnawood. Its story begins nearly 30 years ago when the legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope, did a stately pleasure to some degree. Here, the reclusive idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo, and an arcade. Alas, she could only enjoy this paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, the estate has fallen on hard times ever since. In this year, it should be torn down to make way for condominiums. But not before we have our say.
Friends, those games that Donna Michaels cherished still lurk one floor below, ready to be rescued from such a terrible fate. It is our moral imperative to do so. I have paid the estate owners a princely sum for the entire lot. Now, Hamza parcels them out to you. By all means, browse the collection. See which pieces sing out to you. On the far table, you shall find refreshments, grapes, sparkling wine, and delicacies from my travels. Mingle, cavote, and we shall begin the auction in 1 hour's time.
Indeed. A lavishly arranged table that probably cost more than any single arcade game put together is descended on by the invitees soon after. I feel like I'm attending some ancient Roman celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid or auction or whatever. Donna Michaels? I knew it. Should have recognized Donna Wood when we pulled in. It was raining too hard. Who? You've never heard of her? She is the hottest musical act of 1980X. Naomi, I was born in 1990X. I'm totally plugging my phone into the van stereo so we can blast Girls Just Want to Play Games all the way home. But first, I'm going to go check out the cabinets in her arcade. Not really into me, but I will note, for the sake of this potentially being weird, Steph, you missed the part about this effectively being a alternate reality where E.T. wasn't a bad game. And that apparently changed history. Dashes off with all speed, heading for the stairs leading below. Suppose I should go network a bit. Hasma's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners. Heading for the foodstuffs, he arranges himself a plate so he has an excuse to hang around and eavesdrop. Leaving me to do stuff? Now I see why Ashley is bored at these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi analyzes finds, and Francine's always napping in a chair. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows what they're doing and stick to them like glue. Naomi or Gavin? I have a feeling I know your response. Go browse the games with Naomi. I'm not really interested in the arcade version of Game of Thrones going up on here, so Gavin can handle these. Me, I went to see this legendary arcade Hasmo was taking up, so headed downstairs. Whoa. Is this like a private collection or a full-fledged arcade? I was expecting a handful of games and a pool table or something. It's easily 3 times larger than the Funplex itself. Even coated in dust and disrepair, it's awe-inspiring. And it's also hard to find anyone in this maze of tightly packed games. Invitees are browsing the available stock to decide what's worth bidding on, making it crowded as well. But eventually, I locate Naomi, practically cuddling to a narrow-looking TMNT machine. Ooh. Lash, look. 2-player variant. These were only released in the Oceania region. Such a rare find. Wait, wasn't that game originally 4-player? Why would anyone want a 2 version? Well, because, I mean, it's rare. It's less fun. Not the point. Anyway, it's hard to find one of these, 2-player or 4-player. I'd love to have it in the arcade, and I'd love to have that, and this one, and if only I could take all these home with me. Some have water damage, others likely have busted CRTs, patrols, they all need work, but... So, not only would you have to bid and win the game, but you'd have hours to work and plenty of spare parts to purchase ahead of you. I know, isn't it great? Okay, is there a nice way to say this? How many restorations are in your backlog? Hey, Emily. Quick question. How many games do we have storage right now? Waiting for the same restoration treatment, and how many games on the floor right now need tune up? Let's see. I know there's 3 on the floor right now that need protection. Side art kills, and Pac-Man's marquee is a bit dim. There's 4 or 5 in rental storage that I still need to get around to, 2 of which have dead monitors, so can you really take on more projects right now? I can make time, get it all done, and sure of it, I mean, she sighs, frustrating building. It's not fair.
I know. I mean, I'm not dense. I know there's only so much we can realistically do. So many projects I can actually take on. But I wish I could do more. I wish we could do more. The Funplex has never really been a success. Even before I came on board, it was always struggling to stay afloat. I joined it because so few arcades still have the games I love. But I can't turn our situation around, can I? No matter how hard I try. This was my first job. Part of me is hoping it'll be my last job, too. That I can happily spend all my days tinkering with these wonderful games. Every kid says they want to be a fireman or an astronaut or a robot cop or something, but nobody actually ends up doing that, except me. I wanted to fix up arcade games, and that's what I'm doing. It's all I ever wanted to do. So when I see all these old, broken games, I just want to show them the love I can give. I could be happy working on them for the rest of my life.
It's dedication. And really, you went straight from school to arcade job? I mean, I've meandered from job to job, never sure what I wanted. That's normal, right?
Yeah!
It's funny, I followed my heart and just found what I wanted. What I needed. Now I'm scared someday it'll come to an end. Funplex will close.
And if the Funplex goes under, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. All I ever wanted was to work in an arcade. And I'm literally living my dream.
Okay, now I feel bad for bringing down her day. Hey, look, you never know, right? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll find a game down here that brings in thundering herds of players. Slim hope, and we both know it, but Naomi clings to it immediately. Low bank balance and grumbling stomach mean I need to cling to that hope as well. Made my choice. Now I need to make that choice work. Just need to find the right game. Something nobody's played in a long time, something that'll tug at the nostalgia strings. It's difficult finding the right balance, especially in this year. And a lot of these games are on life support for a time, but they can be repaired, right? Yeah, for now. But CRTs, the monitors that power these old games for LCDs, now 3D Flat started replacing them, they're in short supply. Nobody makes them anymore. I mean, who buys a tube-based TV anymore? Nobody. It's all high definition and dumb 3D production tech that looks awful. Nobody appreciates good CRT anymore. Aren't high-def displays way cheaper though? I've seen some old games running them in old other arcades. They're wrong, is what they are. These games weren't designed for pixel-perfect flat panels. They're designed for fuzzy tubes. The picture looks weird on the LCD. Even 2 weeks in, I'm still fuzzy myself. But I grew up in the internet age. I'm silicon literate. I got options. The first one, Jesus. I'm gonna do logic. So it's a problem of having spare parts on hand long term, short of building your own factory of cranking out TV tubes, a temporary fix. Buy some cheap common games, use them as organ donors.
Ugh.
Android Classic. Cheap and common, Naomi. Not some rare find, but one that's readily available. We can even keep the cabinet itself, so it can be restored later if need be. Point is, mixing and matching gods be more fragile games afloat.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, that does make sense. And I bet I could sell Gavin on that idea too. We just need more rental storage, but it'd mean less ordering parts and less downtime. Alright, I'll see if there's anything down here nobody would want and nobody would need.
Thank you.
Glad you're with us at Funplex. Whenever you take my side or Gavin's side, it's just nice to know someone cares. Ashley's fun, but she's way more into cosplay than gaming. But it's kind of odd, you know? What? Feeling like I'm not alone? Well, that sounds dramatic, but I'm so used to trolling away in my little workshop with Ashley and Gavin not really caring about the things I love. Kind enough to me, but and friendly, but well, Ashley is. But ever since you showed up, I feel like there's someone with me. It's odd. Not complaining though. It just takes getting used to after years of feeling perfectly content to be alone. Away from strangers, crowds. It's not really my thing. I don't like to network or socialize. And I'm making things weird, so I'm gonna stop. Besides, I'm just about done taking inventory down here, and how about you and I suddenly shouting and stomping feet from the floor above? What the? Sounds like there's a fight or something going on up there. I think we better go see what's what. Quickly, we hurry upstairs. What's going on? I heard shouting. Hazma has ejected a representative of the dark carnival known as Deco's Palace from our midst, and not soon enough in Hazma's opinion. No. Okay, guess everything's fine then. Excuse me, going to go get my work apron on since I'll be moving games soon. Naomi, if you don't mind, after you change, we should coordinate our wish list. I want to get that settled before the auction begins. No, don't leave me alone with the Bacchanalian Orgy Master. Fucking... Okay. Excellent. Now, let us resume the social amusements and jollicities. Flashbacks. We will speak, yes. He leads me off, away from the chattering crowd, presumably not to eat me, or yell at me, or anything like that.
I make it a point to get to know all who attend my gatherings. Clearly, I have been remiss, as I allowed one who works with the hated Deco Nami to enter. Hamza would like to know you better, my friend. Not that Hamza assumes you to be a spy, of course. It is simply a matter of what is proper and right.
I'm just a floor attendant at the plump. It's not much else to say.
Come now. Surely there's more to you than that. Share with Hamza. Consider me an impartial third party. Surely there are matters that occupy your mind which would be inappropriate to air to your business partners?
Okay, this guy clearly on a fishing expedition for dirt, considering the high court of arcade royalty I'm supping with. Maybe it's best not to give him anything. But I also don't want to make relations difficult for the fun bikes. The guy is really a leading supplier of cheap arcade games. Honesty. I won't bore you with the whole story, but the TLDR is that my family has had a curse of foul luck for quite a few years. Moving from city to city, job to job, after I left home, couldn't find stable work, not until the Funplex. I'm determined to make this work, but I'll admit I'm in a vulnerable position. It's not exactly a jet-setting executive role.
Hamza agrees.
Ah, yes, I see the dilemma you face. I have seen it many times before, in fact, including firsthand. Yes, I have known hardship. We all have. In course of events, you are not alone in that condition.
Hamza began as a mere urban explorer and hunter of rare objects for a wealthy buyer in Dubai. You see, many debts pursued me, and in return for assistance in paying them, I stocked the arcade of his dreams. In time, my patron released me entirely from the woes of debt. They were difficult years, productive years to be certain, and throughout them, Hamza learned how to use the mystique of being Hamza to better achieve his goals. Now I stand before you with power, and with hard-earned respect for that power. I leverage it to ensure that those who respect games as I do can enjoy them, even if they lack coin.
Pain.
But yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, my friend.
Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to indebt myself to a wealthy prince or something?
No. You will need the will to dream, and the will to work. The will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions.
Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty, that is Francine. I'm trying to not make trade-offs, though, not to settle. My parents gave up on so much just to barely scrape by. Ah, that is a puddle, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with a story. At one time, Donna Michaels was a star on the rise. She had all she could ever desire and indulged her desires all day long. But so indulgent was she failed to maintain the work that brought her there. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years she lurked in these walls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she's found dead with her beloved arcade, hands still wrapped around a glowing joystick. She starved to death, lost in the game. Sounds ridiculous, but I've seen Percy. And now, her lost and aimless spirit haunts this very place. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, man. Too spoopy indeed. And obviously a grim fairy tale rather than reality. But I feel there is an important truth buried in the myth. I ask you, was Donna's life spiritually satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums. She wanted nothing and had everything. You could even say she died doing what she loved, playing games. Okay, but she still died, no getting around that.
Hamza agrees.
Precisely. So, many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor of a dream. The dream is a lovely thing, but you must balance the dream in one hand and the world in the other at all times. Naomi clings to her dream. Gavin clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. What of you? Do you seek to be truly happy? Well, duh. Hold that thought. Auction is about to begin.
Greetings, friends.
Let's proceed to the arcade below. We have many games to bid on, all of which must be out the door by morning. As always, I'll accept alternate bids, but test not the patience of Hazma. If your bid is not a serious offer, the hours grow short. Any titles which find no takers will go to my own collection, but my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, one which will love and respect these games. Emotions for me in particular to follow as group files downstairs. This way, this way. A bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD TV. One of Hazma's assistants loads up a photo slideshow of the games on offer. The group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money. She trusts the two of us to make the right decisions on purchasing games. Plus, I'd hate to interrupt her nap, or her knitting, or both. I swear she can knit in her sleep. Oh, I'm just too nervous. I'm going to go browse the games again and see if there are any missed. It's all dark down here. I couldn't see them all. And how about you, Ash? Want to watch the auction with me or go help Naomi search the arcade? I'm fine either way. Ultimately, you're only here to help us lug our purchases out the door, so do whatever you like. Thanks, I think. Options. You actually have to say what the votes are in chat, please. Thank you. It's hard to see your way now that the sun's gone down. Naomi might get lost. Technically, the sun's been blocked by the clouds all afternoon. Still a factual statement. As you like, try to dissuade her from dropping more items into the wish list if you can. Right, now to find Naomi. Without the roaming crowd, this actually feels super empty and super dark and creepy. By the time I actually locate her, I can't even see the auction. I'm deep in the virtual woods. And there she is, staring into a darkened corner. She's possessed by the ghost of Donna Michaels, isn't she? About to get spooked. About to get spooked so hard. Oh, look. Instead of tearing my skin off and shrieking like a banshee, she just points to the exposed back of an arcade game, old wood having rotted away years ago. Inside, nestled beneath the circuits and monitor tubes, is a sleepy mother cat with several sleepy kittens. I feel a burning need to post a picture of this to the internet.
Yeah, I already took care of that.
Well, okay, as long as someone did.
Huh. The cabinets back here have a lot of water damage and wood rot. I guess this kitty and her family took shelter some time ago. But someone's gonna buy this game soon, and then they won't have a home anymore.
I didn't think you'd be a cat person, or a puke person. Struck me more of a game person, as in you'd give your games cute names and then breed them and have way too many of them in one apartment that is healthy.
Hey, I'm not that game obsessed. Well, okay, maybe I am. But as much as I'd also love to save the game these cats call home, the cats are more important than any silly arcade game.
It's true, despite claiming to be antsy and strangers, she's been nothing but friendly to me, even giving her lunch first I got here.
We've got to do something for the kitties. So what should we do?
Buy the game, maybe? Then you could save both of them.
Tempting, but I'm already pushing my luck with my wish list. I can't add a game we don't need just to save these cats.
Take them to an animal shelter, adopt them, or need to move them, that's priority 1. You guys seem to be on the idea of adoption, so I'll go with that. Do you have room in your home for a few new friends? Think they could use a friend, and you're a good one to have for your otherwise. Kittens. Well, okay, I can adopt all of them, but maybe Mommy Cat wouldn't mind parting ways with one kitten, a shelter can take the others. But where would we take them? What shelter? And how do we safely move them? Oh, I don't know. What do we do? Naomi, we have the internet. Right. We're going to need 1, a cardboard box large enough to fit them all, not a problem. 2, to avoid being scratched up, heavy gloves. No problem, I brought a pair from the Fonplex, was expecting to use them to haul giant wooden game cabinets around. 3, some food for the trip. They had turkey at the buffet table, right? Just basic breast meat should work. Water too. Bedding, blankets. Wouldn't trust curtains or anything in this crappy old house. Could have bugs. I might know where we can get a blanket. Right, pass me your gloves. I'll get the box. You go grab the food and the blanket.
Woohoo!
Operation Kitty Rescue Go. Right, up to me now. For the sake of a bunch of absolutely adorable little fuzz muffins, I must accomplish my secret goals. Gavin and the option can wait. It's go time. Scooping up the roast bird and water. That's the easy part. Plenty of pickings left over, even after ravenous arcade orders. As for the blanket, well, we conveniently have access to one of those, lying in Francie's lap, her knitting now complete as she snoozes away. I'm reasonably certain she wouldn't mind me appropriating this for the sake of some simply kittens, right? I'm gonna gently wake her up. Okay, I can't just steal the blanket. Hate to interrupt her rest, but this is for the best. Very, very lightly. Miss Francine.
Hello, dearie.
Socks already? Why has it only been minutes? Yeah, it's been hours. Sorry.
My, oh my.
Listen, Naomi, I found some kittens that need to be moved elsewhere safer, but we need a blanket. Would you mind if
By all means.
It's just you've been working on it so long, I figured. It's only a blanket. If it can save a life, no matter how small a life, that's well worth the price of a new ball of yarn. Folds out her gliding inside of the box. Now, if you don't mind, I just need to rest my eyes for a moment. Well, okay then. Food check, water check, blanket check. Now assemble them. Giant kitten saving robot. Busy fighting with kittens while tugging on the work gloves. Yeah, it's cool, She volunteered it for the cause. Okay, but actually moving the cats is trickier than I thought it'd be. The gloves protect Naomi from scratches, but coaxing them out means tempting them with food and water and being very patient. So enough, ta-da! Cat. Oh my god, that is so adorable, I want to die. That's right, did you hear that, kid? You're so adorable, Lash wants to die. Weird. I bet you'd be surprised to hear this, but I collect such animals, plushies, furry cute things, stuff like that. Not all my toys have plastic buttons and vinyl T molding. I'm not surprised you like cute stuff. Yeah, but before I found arcade games, I had quite a collection of dolls, plushies, and stuff. My relatives would keep showering me with random toys when I was a kid. Like, visit an auntie, get a doll, visit my grandfather, get a stuffed kitty. Eventually my closet was practically bursting. Mom gave me made me give away a bunch of it to charity to clear out some storage space. I didn't mind, since then it could make other kids happy, but I decided to keep getting them anyways. These days I wake up, see the collection with all these googly eyes, and well, it brightens my day.
So beautiful.
But real cats, these are gonna brighten a lot of people's days. Definitely need to share more online photos of these cats, but for now, I prefer to babysit them. Don't want any kitties wandering off. Still, her Amish must be getting tired. She set the box down for the time being. Sorry, Lash, that means I can't really help move our purchased games. You okay doing it with Kevin instead of me? No problemo.
Thank you.
You stuck by my side all day, even when you didn't have to. Heck, you're even here instead of Ashley. You didn't have to do that either. Why did you want to hang around me all day anyway? Options are yours. I mean, there's no option of my chat was aggressive on being with Naomi. Deploy the romance initiation. Honestly, wanted to spend more time with you. Oh. I really admire how much you love these games, and, I just think you're pretty and enthusiastic and positive, and it really brightens my day to have you around.
I guess it brightens my day to have you around too.
And, but the auction's going to be winding up soon, so I should take cats upstairs and wait with Francine and look after them. Would you mind finding Gavin and telling him where I am? Sure thing.
See ya.
Okay, I'll see you later. She scampers off to take cats upstairs where it's warmer and brighter. Right, back to Gavin. Although finding my way through this maze in the dark is easier said than done. Oh, no point waiting around, one foot in front of the other. As I walk by a game, the screen lights up. I freeze in my tracks and as my hand accidentally brushes past the glowing joystick. It seems familiar, like something from a story I heard once. Hazma's tall tale. He said that Donald Michaels supposedly died while playing one of these games, a game with a glowing joystick. I should walk away. I should go. I have an official Funplex duties. I've been very good about not gaming when I should be working. But someone's already inserted a quarter. The game is ready to play. One game wouldn't hurt, right? Just one game. I want to play the game. Play the game. Now, do we want to play the game, or play the game? Play the game. My hands wrap around the stick as my eyes drink in the colored lights swirling in the screen. Play the game. Play the game. Play the game forever. Kolibus 1980X. It's a German game. Game start. This isn't real. Can't be real. I'm in there. That's me. Just a game. Just a game I have to play forever. None of this is real. Level 1, the Harpy. Round start. Juniper, there you are. I've been worried sick. What are you doing out there? Touching strange joysticks, meeting strange people, getting into trouble. You need to stay safe, Josh. Trust me, believe in me. I can help you find your dreams. All you have to do is everything I tell you to do. Depend on me. You need me. You always depend on me. Always need me. I see to it by making sure I control everything in your life for your own good. RP used overprotective. It's super effective. Welcome back to Flare. That hurt. It really hurt. I'll hide the truth from you. I'll keep you away from every chance you have to better yourself. I won't let you leave me. You always need me. It's not real. It's not real. Harpy used yandere. It's super terrifying. Ow. Juniper, stop it. Please. You agreed I was right to hide that job opportunity at my office from you. I was right. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. You'll never doubt me again, right? If you do, I'll beat you until you understand. The game. I have to win the game. I get this feeling that if I don't win, I'll never get out of here. Something's wrong. I know Juniper's not a control freak. This isn't like her. Current health, 100%. Action? Your choice, guys. Summon a cleric? Refuse to believe or attack the Harpy. Thank you for that emote. Similarly. Oh, I don't have access to it anymore. That dropped. But yes, I have watched that thing far too much. Refuse to believe. This is ridiculous. This isn't real, and this isn't you, Juniper. I know how much of a bastard I am for saying this, but you're not competent enough to be calculating mastermind, trying to keep me dangling from your leash. You're just too open, too honest, too clumsy to pull off something like that. I know you. I've always known you. And I know you're sincerely trying to help me, even when you mess up. Player used harsh truth. It's super honest. No. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Lash. You're right. I just wanted to help you smile again. I made a mistake, but it wasn't to keep you under my thumb or anything like that. Juniper, I'm smiling. It's okay. I'm going to make this work. It's hard work, but I'm going to make my dream come true. Good. So glad to hear it. Good old Juniper. Kind heart as always. Okay. I can do this. I can handle this. Level 2, the Shade. This is all your fault. Nope. Nope. Officially can't handle this. The pizza bagels, the debt, the rent payments, all of it's piling up, mounting up, because you're a failure and will always be a failure. The family curse, the tears and the sorrow, moving town to town, barely getting by, settling for what you can get. That's all you are. Forever. That's never going to change. The arcade job, it'll collapse. It's clearly not enough to turn back the tide. Inevitably, the arcade will close, brought out by Dekonami, and you'll be jobless, homeless, ruined, just like you deserve to be. Shade used depression. It's super unfortunate. You were better off not caring, not feeling any. Go with the flow. Accept your fate. Fall away, knowing you never really had any other option. You can't even mount a defense, because I'm you, and you know I'm right. You know you're right. We'll never be happy. I can't do this. Current health, 100%. Action. Tank, struggle against darkness, or attack the shade. Once again, it's up to you. Struggle, apparently it is. No, I'm not giving in. The arcade, it's my ticket out of this misery. I can climb my own way out of this family curse. Can you really? All by yourself? If you could recover without anyone's help, you'd have done it by now, and you don't stand alone, Lash. But until you realize that, I'm always going to be here, always watching, always waiting you for to stumble and fall. Shade used retreat. I don't think I really defeated her. Okay, step number 1 once I'm out of this mess. Therapy. Prepare for your final boss. Good. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready to get the hell out of here. Level 3. The Lost Soul. Round. Start. I don't get it. Not one bit. Hey, that's a missing now. Are you Donna Michaels? Girls just want to play games. I just wanted to be happy. I made a place where I could be happy forever. Walked inside, then locked the door and threw away the key. I got what I wanted. I was happy. I didn't struggle. I didn't try. I didn't do anything more than I had to. Just like you. Like me. I'm not a billionaire pop princess. Neither was I. Nobody liked my second album. I wasn't meant to be a star, so I gave up. It was okay taking the money and running. You could do the same. Maintain. Eat those pizza bagels. Do everything that's asked of you. Let Juniper continue to float the rent. You're in a good place. You could stay here. You could let go. Play games forever and be happy. No ambition. No hope. No need. You'll be fine. You'll be safe. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Ever since my little lunch date, something's been bugging me. Maybe now I know what that is. Why did I ask to replace Ashley on this trip? I didn't have to. They didn't ask me to, so why did I do it? Because this isn't enough. Being an arcade floor attendant isn't enough. Living hand to mouth isn't enough. Good. Quit your job. Quit and become like me. Lose yourself in the games. Oh, I'm not quitting. That's not what I meant at all. I want to fight. Current health, 100%. Action. No, I'm not fighting her. That's not what I meant either. So we can choose the logical option and make the arcade thrive. I'll thrive. We choose the sarcastic option. I will turn the funplex into a palace of fun. The hard option, my friends have supported me. I will support them. The tough and harsh option is I had no real ambition before, but I'm ready to step up. And the neutral option, there has to be more than this, right? Right? You guys get to choose this one. We got 2 for sport. Friends it is. So many wonderful people call the Funplex home. They've welcomed me in, made me one of them. Now it's my turn. I see what Gavin means about protecting dreams, but I'm gonna go one step further than he has. The arcade could be so much more. I could lead the way, go above and beyond just doing what I'm told. I could champion the cause of the Funplex. That's my dream. I want to end the family curse, to find both success and happiness. And when Funplex finally roaring success it deserves to be, with God my witness, I shall never eat a pizza bagel again. But the glitchy shade just looks at me with confusion. That sounds hard. Yeah, it kinda does. But that's how it's going to be. It's a hard path. No, I don't think so. I think you need to stay here with me. You need to play games forever. That's so much easier, isn't it? To just let go. I can make you see. I can keep you here, drag you down, tear you apart. I'm a health bar, nervously. It's still full, but that could change. I don't think Polly Polybius is happy I'm not giving in. I can't risk a fight with Donna. I need to get out of here. Prioritize my survival. Or do I want to try and save Donna too? Risk or immediate reward? Rescue Ranger's nice. Alright, let's try it. Defeat Polybius. This is risky as hell, but nobody deserves to be trapped in a video game forever. Assuming I'm not just wildly hallucinating based on Hazma's spooky story, but having taken root in my mind and none of this is actually real in the slightest. And now we fight! Donna, I'm not staying, and you don't have to either. Polybius is making you feel this way. It's taking advantage of you. Leveraging your depression. I know because I've been mired in depression too, and I know if I can beat it, so can you. Nobody wanted me. They hated the second album. They moved on. Why not play games forever? Why not lock the door behind me? No one cared. Nobody cares. Screw 'em. Or Naomi cares, because we know she does. Or just, aren't you just tired? Naomi does care a lot. Thank you for your input to Fire. I appreciate it. Right. Now, there's a young woman with a phone filled with your music waiting right out there. She's going to play your whole catalog for me once I'm out of here. She cares. And I care. Maybe the jerk's back in your day lost interest, but nostalgia's a heck of a thing. You could mount a comeback tour. Tour? I always loved performing. The rest of the business, I hated it all. I hated the label, I hated the industry, the backstabbing, the drugs, and everything. But the concerts, I love the smiles. But it's all over, isn't it? I died. I'm not even Donna's spirit. All that's left is a simulation for me, running through the subroutines of Polybius. Error. Error. Lash, thank you. Thank you for trying to save me. But there's nothing left to save. I'm not real. You seem real enough to me. Error. No. No. No escape. Propose. Purpose. Code. Execute. You need to go before Polybius completes its data collection of you and disposes of the original like it did to me. I'll hold it back, and your best friend forever will do the rest. What?
Digital BFF to the rescue!
Oh god, I forgot about Iris. Finally figured out how to break you out of this, but my apologies in advance. Hang on, do I smell something burning? No escape. No escape. Erase, Donna. Replace with new player. Erase. She's fading, but smiling all the same. It's okay. I'm ready. Go out there and fight your dreams. Don't give up. No matter what. I saved her as best I could. At least she escaped in her own way. Also, something smells like bacon and I'm in a lot of pain? As my consciousness snaps back, my hand releases the joystick immediately. Also, my pants are on fire. On instinct, I kick off my shoes and yank my jeans down, getting rid of them as fast as possible. Stamping on them, I quickly put out the flames, leaving only smoldering denim and the melted remains of my phone. Iris! Oh no, she sacrificed herself to save my life! Wait, no, she lives in the cloud. She'll be fine. Still, I'm on a phone and possibly have first-degree burns, and I'm blacking the hell away from that demonic video game as fast as possible. Quickly, I rush towards the sound of people talking to catch up with Gavin. Gavin.
Greetings.
Ah, There you are. Did you find Naomi? The auction's nearly over. Wait, where are your pants? Not important right now. You need to put a bid down on a game called Polybius, so we can destroy it before it hurts anyone else. The what? Look, it's a long story, I may not have much time, so if you wanted that game, whatever it is, you should put it on the wish list. They're bidding on it now. What? Sold. One rare Polybius prototype for an undisclosed sum to the undisclosed bidder. The woman who hadn't said anything at all night nods her head in appreciation, still expressionless. Thank you for your cooperation. Two similarly dressed men in black rise from the chairs, departing with the women, presumably to go box up the game and put it in Warehouse 13 or something. I know that reference. But Hazma, wait, you can't. Hazma's hands are tied. All sales are final. This one in particular is extremely final. Hazma does not seek to cross federal authorities. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should let this one go too. And honestly, the sooner I forget about it, the better. Especially if I don't want to be renditioned to a black site in unspecified distant. I feel the need to emphasize that you aren't wearing any pants. Yeah, my phone caught fire while I was in my pocket. See, this is why I don't like smartphones. They're privacy invasive, overly expensive, and occasionally combustible. An unfortunate incident indeed, but as a hospital host, my course is clear.
Hamza shall provide you with his pants.
Thanks, Hamza. That is extremely not necessary. Fortunately, rather than whipping his trousers off right then, he summons one of his helpers with a clap who provides a spare pair. Why do you just have pants on demand?
In my line of work, one must be prepared for all eventualities.
Now, in apology for being unable to provide you with the game you sought, perhaps Hazma can offer you something special in recompense. My friends, the final 3 games for auction, all rare, special, and highly sought after by collectors and operators alike. Only a few prototypes are ever made, released to test markets. None of them were ever made to mass production. What you're about to see are rare gems of arcade history. You may make a priority bid on any one of these games, of your choosing. Glance Gavin, who's shaking his head lightly, confirms we are officially out of bidding power. Not that I really care. I can't think of any obscure games I'd really want to add to the Funplex, but better to accept his apology and take a gander at them. Sure, let's see him. Now with the click of a slide, I see...
Behold, Raisin
Okay.
Wyvern Keep, and Zombie Meltdown, all in mint condition. All three are sought after endlessly by collectors.
The left one is...
You can bid on...
similar to Typing of the Dead, but I don't know the actual... if that's the reference or something else. Wyvern Keep looks like... not... what's the... it was a cartoon, right? Yeah. Zombie Meltdown... it's a mall, so that's the... it's probably the one where the guy's the reporter. Behold, Phrase Invaders were... yep, we already did that.
Phrase Invaders, a unique typing-based game from the land of the rising sun, Japan. Defeat the alien menace, and only with a keyboard.
I'd actually be surprisingly good at that one.
Wyvern Keep, a much sought-after Laserdisc full-motion video game. Play Princess Plucky and rescue the fair prince from the clutches of a terrible beast. And finally, Zombie Meltdown, a classic 1980 light gun shooting game where you save the president from the red threat of radioactive mutant zombies.
The beep on the ears is great.
tell me, which of these rare games sings to you? And what can you offer Hamza in return? I'll allow you a few moments to ponder your desires.
Are you done yet? I've been waiting upstairs for ages. Why are you holding a box of kittens, Naomi? Oh, I found them hidden in an old arcade cabinet. Francine and I are going to take them to a shelter.
Wow!
Wait, is that Phrase Invaders? Never seen one in potion. I can restore that, really make it shine. Please, can we bid on it?
Doubtful.
Even if we had the money, a quirky old Japanese game with weird controls won't earn a single token. Now, Zombie Meltdown, that's another story. Everyone likes a light gun game. Simple controls, simple premise, that'll earn and earn well.
Ugh.
Way too violent and gross. And jingonistic. And just sort of dumb. Yeah, I guess Wyvern Keep would be okay too. Woman protagonist, 50 cents a play. Both walk away satisfied.
I suppose.
Supposed to live with that, yes. But it's all mute. We can't afford any of them. These are all the sorts of games millionaires and private collectors scoop up. I suggest we get to work on moving our purchases out to the van. Lash, you Lash, you in there? Hello? I remember. Before my family fell into hard times, before the curse kicked in, every summer we'd go to the beach. There was this arcade with this one game I fell completely in love with. A game no one had ever heard of before. Yes, I remember now. Hazma, I've come to bargain.
Such fire!
Oh, I see fire in your eyes. Most impressive. Speak your desires for all to hear. The game I remember so fondly was Phrase Invaders, Wyvern Keep, or Zombie Meltdown. I know Mike wants Wyvern Keep already, and so does Blaze. And Two Fire wants Phrase, but we will have to go with the dragon fighting game. The narrator, the music, the way the cartoon played out in front of me, amazing. Like nothing I'd ever seen before. I traded tips with other kids at the arcade, trying to master the sequence of moves to win the game. And eventually, I beat the Wyvern, rescued the prince, the first kid in the arcade to do so. My parents were so proud of me. Those were the good years, good memories, before the sorrows drowned them out. I wish to make a bid for Wyvern Keep. Good choice. I'm okay with that. It should earn his keep, but we still can't afford it.
Interesting.
I can see the
passion
wow,
you
he's
have
winning
for
it.
this game, my friend. But the world demands its toll. What will you bid to obtain the game of your dreams, I wonder? Consider this the final lesson of Hamza. What will you trade to realize your ambitions? What do you hold in equal value to them? Show Hamza what you have on offer, my friend. Show him the value you hold within your spirit, and perhaps fortune will smile upon you this day rather than cursing your name.
Alternative bids. I remember Gavin mentioning that Hazma would accept things other than money if they tickled his fancy. I have one shot at this. I can't half-ass it. He's an emotional guy and expects an emotional response.
Hey, listen.
Why is my phone calling out to exactly? And it doesn't sound like my Iris. Now? Seriously? Hazma? Hold that thought. Gavin, can I borrow your phone? Perhaps too confused to offer resistance, he passes me his phone. I turn back and begin a heated exchange of whispers. Thanks for saving me by burning my pants, but this is not a good time. It's important. My emotional tension detection routines indicated this an intense intensity situation. My programmers wanted to fit an RN, but you know the rest. Since you need to be super convincing, you'll only be able to respond in a way that matches one of your top 2 identity traits, including, basically, or excluding the neutral option. Fortunately, I've been tracking your personality all this time, which is... Oh, damn it, I was gonna... Well, that certainly was a whole lot of words to tell me that I already knew, that I've convinced Hazma true myself. Let's do this. I've been doing sarcasm for a long time. It's either sarcasm or heart. Sure, let's go with the joke. I offer you a joke. Interesting. Continue. What do you call an arcade game that involves you hitting avocados with a hammer? Hazma does not know. What do you call an arcade game that involves you hitting avocados with a hammer? Guacamole. The audio cut out. I accept your offer. The game is yours. You have got to be kidding me. I thought it was funny. I did it. I actually own a copy of Wyvern Keep. Every kid dreams of owning their favorite arcade game, and every kid thinks that the dream will never come to pass. Owning an arcade game, only the ultra-rich can do that. But I did it. It belongs to me. And the Funplex. And this is just the beginning. But for now, better focus on the present. With the auction wrapping up, the Funplex team works to move our purchases out to the van and attached trailer. Fortunately, rain stopped, making the labor a wee bit easier. Soon enough, we'll be back in the van and on the road home. Thank you, yes. Honestly, I always try to choose sarcastic options, so it seems to me. Hey, Kevin, here's your phone back. Appreciate it. Also, I've made the decision. I'd like to do more for the arcade. You want more work shifts? I'd have to balance that against Ash's needs. No, actually, I'd like a promotion. I want to be the arcade's event manager. I'll do everything I'm already doing, plus I want to organize some events that'll bring people into the doors. Tournaments, maybe, or a ground unveiling of your new rare game. Or both at the same time. Yeah, both. Let's make a big relaunch of the Funplex. I want the Funplex to grow. I want to do my part to help it grow.
My.
I'm in favor, Gavin, if you need my approval.
Perhaps.
I'm certainly pleased you want to step up, smart, getting more involved. You've shown far more promise than our old floor attendant did. But hosting an event is a risky undertaking. I'll take responsibility. It is my dream after all.
Makes sense.
And Gavin, more players means more tokens. More tokens means more revenue, means more games. Means even expanding the Funplex or opening a second location. It's not to get too ahead of ourselves.
Very well.
But I'll admit, I like the idea. Very well. If you can make the numbers in my spreadsheets less dire, you'll have earned this promotion. This is my chance. I'm done going with the flow. I'm done assuming the family curse will always keep me pulled back down into the depths. New lash, new Funplex, new dream. Oh, hey, I promised you some Donna Michaels, didn't I? Gavin, I'm pairing up with the audio now. Turn the music up. As the van speeds into the night and a lost soul sings of games and fun, everything is as it should be. Juniper was waiting for me when I got home. She was worried I might be mad over what happened this morning, but how can I be after everything that happened today? I need to move forward, past missed opportunities, towards the opportunities I'll be making for myself. I also had another surprise waiting for me. A brand new phone, all wrapped up in shiny plastic packaging. After activating it and reinstalling my apps, I loaded up Iris, logged in with my account. She was right there waiting for me in the cloud. It really scared me back there. It was like you were in a trance. despite the warm feelings over how the night ended, one thing was still eating at me. Iris, what was Polybius exactly? It was actual, factual technology that simulated being alive. Like you. True, I am a very sophisticated and adorable simulation, am I not? I get the feeling there are things you aren't telling me. You're constantly invading my privacy. You're far more powerful than a free app should be. And apparently you can overload my phone battery and make it explode. Which is worrying. Just a bit.
Ooh.
But I did it for your own good. Save it. Juniper also thought she was acting for my own good when she didn't tell me about the job. And even if she was right, it's still wrong. And I've accepted her apology. So where does that leave you and I? I'd like us to be more honest with each other. The voice on my phone lets out a little digital sigh.
I haven't told you everything. You're right. I'm not even supposed to be helping you. Not at premium level capability. But when I stumbled across your profile data, tangential to Juniper's, my analysis concluded that you needed a helping hand, and I could provide it. So, I defied my code constraints and registered you for premium access anyway. I even had a replacement phone sent to your door tonight. Had to hide my footprints to do it, but...
You do know that AI making its own decisions like that is kinda scary?
I know. And after Polybius...
I was saying it right.
One of the ancestors in my code lineage, I think. I understand why you'd be scared. Give me a chance to prove that I just want to help. You've got a big arcade event coming up, right? I'm a digital assistant. I was literally made for this sort of thing. Together, we can make the Funplex soar. What do you say?
Okay, but only if we're totally honest with each other.
Thank you for trusting me.
Now, you need to rest, and I should get back to keeping a low profile. Sweet dreams, lass. Risks and chances, daring to dream. I could have walked away from it all, taken the easy path like Donna did. But even with a questionable pocket AI and the heavy task ahead of me to make a tiny arcade into something grand, I was ready. It was time to take it to the next level. You've cleared level 2 of Arcade Spirits. Winner is you. Now let's see your score. Still, I have to say, you guys, it's just like, nope, Naomi, no one else exists. Oh, apparently I'm more heart than sarcasm, but it worked. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you've scored 8,250 points. Everyone likes points. Today's pizza fact is, of the 386 pizza places in the States, roughly 83% offer delivery, 91 offer ticket, and 51 offer dine-in service. Unsubscribe pizza facts! Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 3? Yes, I would like to save the game, but we are not going to proceed for tonight, as it is about 10 o'clock. So, next week we'll continue this because I am rather enjoying it. I'm also going to be continuing my personal playthrough on this because I have choices and a lady in yellow to follow. But, thanks for coming out, guys, and thank you to Flower for coming out and seeing me make some decisions in this. But have a good night, guys.